How's it going, everybody? Welcome, one and all, to the Comic Shop Talk. How are you all doing tonight? Nice to see a lot of you all here already. I love seeing that. I love that. Even after 100 huge plus episodes, and you all are still coming here, it is insane. And yes, I agree. RJ Godzilla 81. Let's get this party started. Indeed, hopefully you are having a good night. What's up, David Glenn? Gwagnar, what's going on? Our fellow friend, D Bud Martin, Dearest, the Wrench King, Eric K. Hello, Anonymous. How are you doing? And we all know we'll have more of you all coming in here as the night gets going. But let's bring in our gentlemen here. Caster and Pablo will be here ASAP. Fenrir, guys, for those who are wondering, he's been on a bit of a break lately. He's had some stuff going on. Nothing crazy or bad. He's got a life, but he's gonna be back here soon. And if all works out, he'll be back next week. We do miss him around here. So shout out to Fenrir the Ice Wolf. Let's bring in the common nerd. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm great. I just got back from our local Comic Con, and so I got some cool stuff to show off tonight, and I had a pretty good time over there, and I got some cool stuff in the mail this week too. So yeah, I'm excited tonight. I actually have some stuff to show off. And next week I'll have more stuff
Ooh,
show off tomorrow because I found long boxes full of dollar comics and long boxes full of 50-cent comics. So I'm like, ooh. So
nice.
yeah, I'm all excited. So yeah, this will be fun. This
I
will be
love
fun.
to hear that, common nerd. That is great. I'm glad you went to a convention, dug through the long boxes. Like, even if you don't enjoy it, it's just like, dude, it's always nice to find things. It's always good to find things on the cheap. It's nice, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
come on.
Oh yeah.
Well, cheers to you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I
Thank you for having
appreciate it. And what's going on? Clobberer himself, clobbering times.
Me. No, I just couldn't compete with yours, so I thought I would go low key there. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, Common, buddy,
me.
Nicholas,
What's going on,
buddy,
buddy?
and wonderful
Good to see
chat.
you.
Hey, let us clobber
Hey.
the geekness here tonight.
Yes, I agree
Let us do a
strongly.
geeky clubbering.
Oh, this is overdue, clobbering, my friend. This is long overdue. It feels like it's been too. Even though you and I were just on Mead yesterday, it feels like I haven't seen Clobby a
Hmm.
lot lately. What gives?
Yeah.
What's going on in the
Where are
world
we?
with all?
Where are we
But
now? Where are we?
we're
Hmm.
we're here now. We're here
Yes, sir.
now, and tonight, guys. For those in the chat, it's gonna be just open discussion. Anything really goes. Comment will show off some hauls. I'm gonna show off a little something sent to me by one of our guys on our panel, actually, and also we'll talk about whatever we've been reading, whether it's new or old. Also, maybe we'll discuss a little bit about that Conan comic coming out next week as well, and whatever else comes to mind, that's comic booky. So if guys got any questions too, we'll take questions. And who knows, maybe you'll even see a live meeting on what we want to talk about for the month of August. I know Cassidy was talking about Hire to the Empire, and I was thinking about, man, that's a damn good idea. So we'll entertain that when he's here, though, because I think that's a damn good idea. So anyways, let's see here. We got Oakley Vandal. How you doing, sir? And of course, the great 5 picoseconds. Welcome back, sir. We missed you. I know you have a life, but it's always appreciated when you're here. What's up, Neil? How are you, sir? And then Eric K for $2 says Nick Weiser is huge. At least that is what she said. I guess so. I mean, hey, not my words, but I'll take it. And then Kristen Delorme with a Canadian $2 says 69 Slayer. Huge. Yes. So, yeah, thank you for that, Christian. And thank you, Eric K, as well. Appreciate those super chats, dudes. It's a good way to get everything started for this Friday night. So, okay. Let's. Oh, here he is. Speaking of talking about hire to the Empire, how's it going, Mr. Ironcaster?
Well, apparently I overslept, but I made it. Oh,
Oh, that's great, dude.
it is
Better
hot.
late than never.
It is hot and humid out. I'm not
Oh
made for
yeah,
this.
it's
I
the
feel that.
bunghole of the devil is out right now, and he is laying out some serious funk. Straight up funk. It's filthy. We were out there not long today, and I was just like, bro,
I
what
don't
is
like it.
this? I didn't like it either. But you know what? We're indoors. I got AC. AC's amazing. I'm all about it. But how are you, sir? Nice to see you here.
Well, about a day or two after you guys, I did have to get something in the mail, and I just have to
Ooh.
have one little piece of it right here. I have the official license to meme.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I got mine too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I just like opening up that it was an add-on, but sometimes like the add-on could be a favorite part. It's like I haven't had a chance to even read
Thank
the book yet,
Mm-hmm.
but like hey, sometimes if you can find the right add-on, it's like the perfect thing to throw in, and it can like take a book. It can take something from a 9 to a 10.
A 9 to a 10. You hear that, guys? Yeah, no, it does turn up when you get those sweet things in the mail, the packaging. No, dude, they are beautiful cards. I mean, come on, dude. It is so cool that I see like the Dix Division like avatars on here. I'm like, dude, this is nuts, man. It's still like kind of trips me out. And we'll definitely we'll be talking about Jupiter, and we'll be talking vaguely on Truth, Justice, American Way as well. I can't say too much because I have a video that I have scripted out for it, drinker style, on that comic, but I will have a very quick thought on it as well. And of course, our friend 5 picoseconds with a Canadian $5. You guys are generous tonight. Jeez, we've barely even started. It's not even been 10 minutes. So super sad news, everyone. Craven the Hunter has been delayed to 2024. Dot,
A
dot,
lot of
dot.
things have, right?
Anyways.
I
Yep.
think a lot of stuff has.
Darn that.
I
Oh yeah, a whole bunch of stuff.
I
has
can
been.
already. I should have uploaded. Have you seen that meme that's going around where it shows all the very different variations of Tom Cruise laughing? I mean, sure, he's not laughing about his box office numbers for Mission Impossible, but as far as that meme goes, it's very relevant towards this Craven movie that no one asked for.
No.
It's absolutely very relevant. No
Well, I
one.
mean, it's not just that. There's a lot of stuff that's been apparently delayed that we're not that I don't know how I'm gonna live without, guys. Like
You see, Beyond the Spider-Verse got delayed indefinitely.
yes.
It said word for word, end quote, indefinitely. And here's the thing: I feel like the strike is the symptom of that, not the cause.
Yeah.
Because there was issues before all this about that third movie. How they're saying they were not even done with the voice stuff, and usually that stuff's done far in advance. I'm like, so clearly there's stuff before then. I'm just like, bro, what? Hey, what's up, Philip A. Demick? Nice to see you here, and cheers to you, my friend.
Hey,
Yeah, let's go ahead and discuss this real quick. So, okay. And what's up, John Capola? I see you there, sir.
like
Is the Marvels
I
official? Is that official? The Marvels?
what? Did they move it back to?
I heard rumors, but I was hoping it was true.
Oh God,
just
I
to
hope not. I
just
wanna
to
see
just to
videos.
really rub it home, guys, and remind you just how much we've truly lost. Like, just show you this thing. Here's a list, a brief list of some of the movies we're gonna have to wait a little longer on. Like, I don't know how you're gonna. I don't know how long you're gonna. How we're gonna. I don't know how we're gonna deal with like not being able to see Beetlejuice 2, Fantastic Four,
I'm actually kind of upset.
Minecraft the movie,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a live Lilo Stitch.
I can
Mortal-
see Minecraft doing well for the kids. In all fairness,
Yeah.
I could see that because that is very popular amongst that demographic. A lot of kids who like those types of games. I could see why that would be a movie. Like I said, in all fairness, but yeah, that one definitely is a bummer because that is very popular amongst kids. Is Minecraft? I feel like that is an actual. I look at this list here, and once again, I'm judging by not by my personal interest, but by what people seem to actually like. People do like Minecraft, so that does seem like a bit of a tragedy. Um, Other than that, I see Mission. Now, the only one I'm like, oh, what darn is Mission Impossible. That's it. Other than that, there's nothing I personally care for. I still, to be fair, have not seen the third Bad Boys movie, so I don't know if that was any good. Even though I'm a huge fan of the first one, love that first movie, big fan of that first Bad Boys. I think that I still can watch that to this day, which is saying a lot because I cannot do a lot of Michael Bay. Second one's okay, but I love the first Bad Boys. But Craven,
Like-
dude, guys. And it comes up after Madam Web. That's the funny part. Like,
That's not even
really?
on the list here.
Like, seriously. Of all the things,
My-
how
my
does that
favorite-
happen?
My favorite on the list: Untitled Dirty Dancing sequel.
That's a great
well,
title.
that was
I love
that
that
wasn't even
title.
that wasn't even in production yet. That was still in pre-production. Both of that and the Fast 10 were sequel as well. I mean, I'm a little upset by the Beetlejuice one because we got the whole band back together for Beetlejuice 2, and now they're like stealing shit off the set out there. They're gonna have to post like 24/7 guards out there. So, because yeah, I was excited. I was excited for that one because Michael Keaton's coming back and everybody else is, and so. Yeah.
Well,
I guess fair point.
do you think that they'll actually go with like Steven Spiel or not Steven Spielberg, the directors or wow,
Tim
sorry,
Burton.
thank you. Do you think they'll go with Tim Burton's proposed idea? A terrible idea he's had for like 20 years for what to do.
Well, the thing
Beetlejuice
about it
2?
is they don't have a choice because it's his production studio that's doing it. Stage B or Plan B is him and what's one of those? What was that pretty boy from the '90s and the early 2000s that never started with a B? Married Angelina Jolie for a while.
Brad
Brad
Armpit.
Pitt?
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Armpit.
Yeah, it's Brad. It's Brad. Yeah, Armpit. There you go. It's Brad Pitt and Tim Burton's actual own production studio. So they're completely in charge of the whole. He's completely in charge of the whole thing.
Well, did you actually hear what the idea was after that first movie? So after the first movie was a success, the studio was quickly wanting a sequel, and Tim Burton did not want to do a sequel. So he pitched them the worst possible idea he could think of. Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Ah, nice. No, that is definitely not there. That is definitely not what the way they're going with this. Not in any way, shape, or form. Because this is something he actually wants to do.
Reportedly, though, Beetlejuice was going to enter a surf contest. I think Lydia was supposed to be thrown into a volcano at one point. Like, it's just a lot of kind of like a Hawaii joke sort of
Yeah.
stuff, but it's like it was such a terrible idea that are like, we're not gonna no.
Now that just
You know,
sounds like
25 years later.
That sounds like Tim got really, really baked and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come up with the dumbest shit ever for Beetlejuice 2, so that way the studio won't force me to do this shit under contract." So yeah, no, but because he's got the Beetlejuice is gonna have a wife in it, and it's the chick from the Matrix that played the Merovingian's wife. That's super,
Well, Monica
super
Bellucci.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Dude, yeah, she's so fucking hot. She's so
My
fucking
God.
hot, dude. She's so fucking hot.
Yes, sir.
And so she's gonna be Beetlejuice's wife in it, and I'm just like, Tim Burton, you lucky bastard, or Michael Keaton, you lucky bastard. So yeah.
All right. Let's acknowledge some super chats and welcome Blunt Philly reviews. Pinochet's helicopter
Hey, Blunt.
tours for $2 says got a new violin in honor of the strike. It's small. Ah, that was good. That was good. Thank you, Pinochet, for the $2. And Matt 317, what's up, Matt?
Hey.
I met this guy in
Good to see you,
Dallas at the meetup. How are you, bud? Says, how are you, fellas? I just got Uncanny X-Men number 141, Days of Future Past in great condition. Should I get
Classic.
it graded or wait for signatures? Cheers, guys. Now, here's my take. Everyone can have their take. I'm not a graded guy. I get that there's a market demographic for it. If you want to do it, you do you. In my opinion, I would say signatures. I prefer signatures. I still read my copies that have signatures, by the way. I'm one of those guys where I'm not thinking about those things of how I'm gonna let it sit there and collect dust, never to be seen or read again. I want to read my comics, and even if they got a signature, I will still read it anyways. But that's just me. If any of these guys have any contrarian thoughts, they're welcome to light it up.
Well, I mean, considering that this is one of the bigger of the X-Men storylines,
Mm-hmm.
I could see wanting to get this one slapped. It's like, although not quite comparable entirely, but like if you had an Amazing Fantasy 15, would you want to get that slapped?
No.
In good shape, in great shape.
Well,
maybe?
now if it's a damaged copy that strains it up, yeah. But then I just get back into reading it, and then it would unslab it.
Well, we could read the comic in any other way. I mean, that's a very valuable, very delicate comic book. But
It is. No,
Well,
it's
it's
very
just like-
delicate. I'm just selfish because I want to own the copy and read it. I'll admit it.
I hear you.
Okay.
That's saying a lot because trust me, I love money and I'm a capitalist. And when the capitalist is saying, yeah, no, I'll just have my copy and read the crap out of it, probably get damaged even more because I'm reading it. Like I said, no judgment towards people who want to slab
I
or
hear
see.
you.
I get it.
No, I hear you.
You're on Caster.
Yeah, in other words, don't give
It's-
valuable comics to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser.
Yeah, no.
Anonymous
no.
says
I'm just
that
gonna
in
read
the
the crap out of
chat.
them. Is
The
he?
powerful
He's
pizza-
not wrong.
Exactly.
He's not wrong. But look, he says he already has the Arkham trade.
See, that's
Dude.
what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say
Sign
in
it,
that
slap
case,
it. Sign it first.
yeah, if you're able to meet Chris Claremont, like that's kind of worth it.
100%.
If the signatures mean that much to you, then I don't know. I mean, it should be the comic should be something special to you. It means something to you, and you want to get them signed. I say, yeah, I think it's cool to do that.
And like, I'm saying this as someone who doesn't have anything slabbed. Like it's
don't
like
either.
I feel
don't
like it's something I would want to save for special comics. Like I like you, Nick. I want to be able to read my comics, but I've kind of always had it in my head that like if I'm gonna get something graded and basically sealed away where I can't read it, I want it to be a special book. And certain key issues I could see doing that for, like especially if I had something like the Dark Phoenix saga, like right in there with Uncanny X-Men, like right in that like that deep groove of the Claremont era. Like, yeah, that's one I'd do it for.
Okay, that's fair. No, D-Bud, I do encase in plastic to slow down the destruction. It slows it down. I read it again, but it slows it down. It slows the process down. But I understand you keep it out of the box. I totally get it. Totally support it, D-Bud. And what's up, Gaskar? I see you there. Neil has a great comment here. Says, I got my copy of Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom Triumph, and Torment. Graphic novel signed by both Roger and Mike Mignola. And I still read that one. It's my favorite comic book of all time. Wow. That sounds
Nice.
badass, dude. Yeah, seriously.
Jonathan Torment,
That's a
graphic novel
score there,
signed.
my friend.
Purple Valkyrie and I have been meaning to review that for a long time. Maybe we'll make it happen one of these days.
Oh, I was just gonna pull out and show.
Make a mess.
My shop I go to, like everything on the rack.
Hey,
Everything
let's go
on the
ahead.
rack is in plastic.
Jay,
No,
in your plastic. Ooh, is that a haul? Show off
this
your
is a
haul,
little
bro.
kind of. Yeah, okay, this is a little build up stuff I've had kind of building up. I just haven't need to go through it all. A little something for D-Bud.
There you
Big premiere issue.
Yeah.
Looks
This-
oily.
go.
Looks like it's a facsimile, but it's cool.
Oh yeah, this is the facsimile that
It looks
has
nice though. It looks
That's cool.
very nice. I'd be down to have that facsimile.
I mean, it didn't cost $3.99 when it was on the rack in 1968.
Who would have thunk it?
Let me.
Oh, you guys. What's up, Disney
Turn that
Sheepherder? Nice to meet you, sir. I appreciate the support. Great avatar, by the way. No, dude. That's a facsimile worth owning. Absolutely worth it. Hell yeah.
Colors look pretty good still, even.
I have a bunch of those facsimiles. I love them.
Oh, it's not the same.
Katina Martin, long time no
What's up,
see.
Katina?
Welcome. And D-Bud, of course you have the original. And
I
Snow's
don't
white,
believe him.
water's
We
wet,
know.
the sky is blue.
Don't believe him.
Tony Stark is Iron Man. Obvious observations
course.
of life.
Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
I thought you said Riri Williams was Iron Man.
Spider-Man.
I thought you said Riri was
Ooh.
Iron Man.
Nice. Mothman. What's up,
You gotta
Gonzalo? Nice to see you, sir.
It's one of those cases where like you see Frank Frazetta, you gotta buy Frank Frazetta. If I'm garage sailing and I see like a vinyl album that has a Frazetta cover on it, yeah, that's mine. So I got some Molly
That
Hatchet.
should be.
Well, yeah. I mean, after all, what are you, a communist or something?
Tony Stark is Iron Man. Nick, no spoilers. Jeez, Gonzalo. 15 years behind the times.
God, Nick, just ruining it for everybody.
Ooh, what Dawn Attack? That actually looks kind of cool.
It's
Yeah, I'm with that.
another one of the Frazetta books. Like
I'm
they
with
did
that,
a whole like,
man.
Frazetta verse of his art. Oh, I said, there we go. Even like the back
With
cover.
that. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm really with that. That's nice.
The art is beautiful.
No, it looks. But here, I'm gonna zoom in on your camera because it does look nice. It does look nice. Oh, dude, yeah, that is smoking. I like it. I like it a lot.
Like it's a bit of a. Let me look through here randomly. It also kind of makes sure we're not going to show any illicit content that YouTube would disapprove of.
Didn't his daughter or his family do this or what?
This is currently put up by Opus Comics, but they do have they have like Frazetta Girls, like where they sell a
Frazetta
bunch
Girls.
Mhm.
of stuff, a bunch of like stuff with his art on it.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for. I will go out and
It's Frazetta. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that Frazetta.
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm with it. I'm absolutely with it.
yeah, basically I'm buying everything right now that has Frazetta on the cover because here's like 3 issues, 3 more like Death Dealers.
That looks freaking
Ooh,
dope.
tell me more about the Death Dealer.
Well, Death Dealer is of course one of Frazetta's famous drawing series. Just this total
Ooh, yeah. No, I remember now. Take care, Katina. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. Dude, that's nice. That looks really nice, Caster.
Like I say, I'm a sucker for some fantasy.
Yeah. 5. Are you on your computer or are you on your phone? Because I know I've had that issue when I'm on my phone and I restart my phone, and then it stops doing that. He's on his PC. Oh boy. Try. Have you tried refreshing?
Yeah, refresh the whole page because it's been happening like that all over YouTube for the last few weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I've just did.
Try
Okay.
doing live chat too.
What can I say?
Toxicity is real.
Oh, nice.
Dragulina, blood simple. Yeah.
Very nice.
Which has you don't want to see my ugly mug.
Nah.
No,
Is there a
absolutely
4K Fire and Ice? That's a Tom Connors question. Tom, are you out there listening? Tom,
I think there might be.
he would
But
definitely
also-
know. He would have
He
an
would know
answer
off
on
the top
that.
of his head.
Yeah.
But also-
Tom,
If you do go to the shop next week, You go to your local comic shop next week, they will in fact have a Fire and Ice comic. So funny you mentioned that book. Yeah, that's about it. It's mostly just actually I have a couple other little books sitting here.
Oh yeah, Jupiter.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, dude. Now,
Flying
have you
bottle.
read it yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to read
Okay. Have
read any.
you, Common?
What?
Have you read it yet?
Oh yeah, I already read it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be talking about. Oh, you got that cover, dude. I got the truth cover.
Full disclosure, this isn't my copy, but this is one I am being allowed to borrow.
Oh.
Nice.
I
You know
had
someone in the fellowship would buy you?
showed a coworker our street. Actually, that's all I have right now. So take my elegant mug down.
Oh, okay.
After we had that stream with Gabe El Taib.
Yeah.
I showed a coworker of mine the stream who was who's a comic buyer himself, and just the energy Gabe brought with that stream. I'm like, I gotta show this to someone. I showed a coworker the stream. He got hooked on his energy. He went out. He picked the book up. I asked him, hey, at the time I was able to buy it. I'm like, do you mind helping me out? Let me borrow your book, just so I can read it, so I can give some context, so I can give a couple thoughts on it. That's the plan this week. I need to read this, and I'll be able to come back with some knowledge.
I'm going to say in a very few subboards, because I am doing a review, and for those who are in the chat, which thank you all for being here, by the way. This is kind of a spoiler, so for all you listening who you're a spoiler thought, this is all I'm going to say about Truth, Justice, American Way. It kicks ass.
That's all you need to say.
It kicks ass. Okay? Please watch the video when it comes out, and I'll tell you why it does. Please, because you definitely I like it. I have it scripted out to make sure it's absolutely spoiler free. But trust me, you're gonna want to hear this video. I've got a lot to say about this comic book. So it kicks ass. So yeah. That's all I got. What's up, Kendon Bronner and our great friend, Mr. Your Muslim Uncle? How are you, sir? Yes, Mr. Caster here has been showing off the first Zeta good. It's he's got some really nice goods he's showing off.
So as it turns out, there will actually be this year 2 different Fire and Ice series out.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 2 of them.
Yes.
Okay.
First, we of course have the Toxic. I believe there's a recent episode of Toxic Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did do one on it. Yes, we did do a Fire and Ice Toxic Tuesday. Yeah, but Willingham did it. I did not know Willingham did it. That's cool.
He's good.
But
Right
they're
up
not the
his
only ones.
alley.
They're not the only ones who will have a Fire and Ice book out, because I'm sure Clobby's thinking of them right away. Where else do you think of Fire and Ice?
What do you mean, Fire and Ice? That's in the DC universe.
Yes.
The DC, there
Oh
you go.
fuck!
No. What?
Nice. I like it.
Oh god.
No, it's not a bad cover, but cause I think that's the Dodsons. But you know what's gonna be inside the interiors is what's gonna be the real.
Oh, that's a new book. Oh yeah. Bad.
Yeah, it's a new book. Yeah, it is. I was right. I can see it in the right corner. Terry Dodson.
Look.
Terry Dodson.
Well, look, some things look a little smaller than usual.
Oh well, yeah, that much is obvious.
Or de-emphasized, maybe.
Dodson is not bad. There's some stuff.
No, not bad.
I didn't mind, but I have. There's no way he did interiors on this. There's no way he did interiors. Because it would probably be, at least at the very best, survivable. But no, it would have been absolutely worse. I see
There
Dura
was
says a lot of modern art feels
Could
shallow to
be.
me, very young adult. I could see his argument on that, and that's fair. I don't mind the cover, but I just know that what's on the interiors is going to be tragic. But I don't
Oh,
mind
yeah.
the cover, but I can understand
It's
your
okay.
point.
yeah. I was trying to look the book up. I came across this article here
Nice.
about how
Okay.
both DC and Dynamite will have a Fire and Ice comic out. Which this is kind of going over a little bit of both. Most year ago, Bleeding Cool reported Dynamite Comics was to create a Fire and Ice comic book based on the '83 animated fantasy film, directed by Ralph Bakshi, and it was in a collaboration between him and Frank Frazetta. So we have our connection back to Frazetta there as well. Based on the characters they co-created from a screenplay written by Gary Conway and Roy Thomas.
There you go.
Let's see. Be created by Elementals and Fables, Bill Willingham, and drawn by Leonardo Manco, with covers by Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz, by the way. Sienkiewicz. I heard him say it word for word. I know what it's like because I said it for about 27, 28 years. And then my comic shop guy told me that he said it to
Sienkiewicz.
Bill in person.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Sienkiewicz." He said, "Actually, it's Sienkiewicz."
Yep.
And he's just like, "Oh." And then once my guy Keith told me that, with Keith, if you're out there listening, what's up, Keith? If you're listening, yeah. Once he told me that, I never messed it up again. I was like, "What? All this time?" But carry on. I just had to mention that.
And eventually, I should probably learn how to say his name. I'm a fan of his work for Hideo Down Mutants.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, Demon and Bear Saga is something that would be worth checking out at some point. Let's see. Before the Fire and Ice wanes, blah blah blah. Before the fire waned and the ice spread across the world, the events of the film, readers will get to meet the memorable central characters once again for the first time ever. The beautiful Princess Tigra and her powerful panther companion have not yet even gone through the kidnapping attempt by the evil Queen Juliana and her son Necron. The young warrior Larn's village has not yet been destroyed, and who knows what the mysterious Dark Wolf has been up to. Under Bill Willingham and artist Leonardo Manco, will chronicle the lives of these characters in parallel, leading to the genesis of the movie. So it's a prequel comic.
Ooh,
Nice.
I would actually not mind reading that. For how much I usually knock on prequels, that's probably one of those stories I feel like that could actually benefit from that. I straight up mean that too. Genuinely speaking, I'd be good with that. Damn, dude. I want to check that out. I know next week when I get my Conan, if I see this around, I'm like, bro.
I think of these three. I think of these three. I'm going to get cover C if I can get it. Let's see. Bill Williams states, I discovered both Frank Frazetta and Ralph Bakshi at an early age. My awareness of Frazetta cemented the first time someone put a Conan book in my hands. I discovered Bakshi when almost everyone did, when the film Wizards was released. I was in college at the time, working on blah, 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 da, da, da. One of those jobs, local movie theaters, saw it a dozen times, 50 years later. Yeah, it was such a highly influential film on him. I've always had a desire to explore more characters and world building around the film. Doing this comic series of surprise just that, said Sarah Frazetta. Our team is truly out of this world. I'm so proud of everyone involved. There is so much heart in the process, been overwhelmingly positive.
I love me some Sarah. She's a sweet lady.
Yeah, I've seen. I think I saw her on Pop Culture Minefield before.
Oh, she did go on there. That's
super
right. Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's been on Pop Culture Minefield. She's a cool lady.
Yeah,
really
she
cool
did
lady.
Dragon Con. She's all over Facebook, being very nice to people as well.
Yeah, she knows her stuff too. She's not like just mooching
She's
off
an
like
artist.
her legacy, like the Fire's legacy. No, she
Yeah.
knows her stuff. Like it's
She's
cool to see. Like she really knows. Like it's awesome to see that. It's like, all right,
She's a
yeah,
gifted artist.
she could easily rode on the legacy, but no, she went far beyond that, and I love it.
Yes. Very gifted artist.
Yeah, like I think I've seen this. I think I've seen some of her art too, and it's it's pretty good too.
She's good. Yeah, she's real good.
The apple didn't fall too far from the tree there.
When you have to, when you're, it's just no. So when you're the the daughter or son of a legend like that, and then you go into you at least even go close to that field that they made, like their name there that will be forever ensconced. It's not easy. People are gonna hold you up to that measurement, but I mean, what a tough act to follow. But she does. I think she does Dad proud. She's very talented.
Oh, she does do Dad proud. Guys, everyone, all 15 of you in the chat, everyone give a resounding welcome to Mr. Pablo.
Howdy ho! Hey, what's up, brothers?
Hey.
Now that you are here, we can do this properly. You're in here in the middle of a good moment where we're talking about Frazetta Comics with Fire and Ice, and this needs to be discussed here because, dude, and you keep the screen up. We don't need to get rid of it anytime soon, but all 15 of you in the chat, guys, this is to all of you supporting the Comic Shop Show. 107 episodes strong. Keep this badass artwork up on the screen. If you got a drink, this one's to all of you for supporting. And you guys have been super generous with the super chats tonight. Holy shit. I'm happy you guys are here just hanging out with us, listening to us. So you all came and you are seeing and most definitely conquering. So this one's to all of you in the chat, all right? But oh yeah, 5 Pico, my God. I cannot. One day I hope to meet you, man. We're gonna have good drinks together the day we cross paths. I really hope so, sir. But this to all of you guys, thank you for being here.
Salud.
Oh, woo! Oh, that feels good. So okay, do you got anything more you want to add to this? Because I wanna show off some little excerpts from the Jim Zub interview a few days ago.
Okay.
So I want to make sure you got everything out of your system about this before I show that off.
Let me just hit the last bit of this. I think the other because the second half.
Take it away, man. You're good. You're good.
Let's see. The dedication and talent have been jaw-dropping with this new series shared Eddie Bashki. The Bashki family is honored and thrilled to be able to see Fire and Ice come back to life with such creativity. What an incredible storyline addition. We are all in for this release. And I mean, we got the Bashki, effectively the Bashki estate. We have the Frazetta girls on board. This is one I think we might have something too. And I think this is gonna have to be one to definitely look at.
I would love to. I mean, you and we're gonna be talking Conan Wednesday, so yeah, maybe this is another thing we'll have to add, dude. I mean, I don't know how much you watch Thinking Critical. I watch Wes's videos a lot on Thinking Critical. I mean, we could pull off a Thinking Critical, and you and we could be our Wes and Doc, and we could definitely touch on some of these things, dude. I'd love to. I mean, you and I are doing Conan #1 for sure. I think this would definitely be another one to talk about. If you want to switch channels or keep in mind, whatever, I don't care. But all I know is we got some stuff we got to talk about, Caster. I think it's safe to say we got stuff to look forward to. Also, we're talking Transformers, by the way, in October.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't care whose channel, but we're talking that. So yes,
dude.
Yeah, I've talked to Wes. I tried to get Wes on here, but because he's in the Philippines, the time differences are just way too crazy. He a lot of people don't realize he does not live in America. He lives in way different time zones. So I'm like, oh. So I'm gonna try to reach out to him. Maybe just work on it. Maybe do a video with him. Maybe to talk about a comic. Maybe like a Mark Miller comic or something. Because I would love to talk to him. I know who he is. He knows who I am. Be good at have something where we can meet in the middle on. So
let's see. So to kind of let's get the second half of this real quick. DC Comics will also be publishing Fire and Ice. Welcome to Smallville series by Joanne Starer and Natasha Bustos. The colorist Tamara Bonvillain. I'm sorry. That is Bonvillain.
Yeah, it's Bond villain.
Spot on.
And Ariana Mar. Like, okay, that's a name you notice.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
That's right.
Oh.
Expect you to die.
Oh, and then literally the last line. I do hope no one confuses them.
Well, Ice
Yeah, I don't think
was. I feel like Ice is definitely drawn less ideally. I'd say Fire was, drawn better.
Well, no, I think he meant more so both the two series.
Oh, the two series. Oh, yeah, that should be so obvious.
I
Yeah,
think he was
Yeah.
being sarcastic when he wrote that.
probably.
Like,
No,
also, like, that's the end of the article. Because like at that, there's no like no further in depth about this book here, but it was like 90% the Frazetta book, Frazetta Bashki. Like, I'm seeing where Rich Johnston is leaning on this.
every now and then a guy like Rich Johnson can get something right. Every now and then. I'll give him that. I will. But guys, so next week on Titan Comics, Conan the Barbarian relaunches with Titan Comics. Jim Zub, who did a short Marvel run, is going to be on the book, but he's also got a Espanol artist who seems to actually have some history with Conan already. Roberto de la Torre.
Wait,
He is going to be doing the pencils for this. I actually like, from the pages that I've seen, which we will show it off, I like what he's doing with this artwork. And I know Dan Panosian did one of the covers. It comes out next week. So, yes, if you're near a comic shop, please go give this a shot. Now, from what Jim Zub said on his interview with Andre from Midnight's Edge, he said this is him doing Conan Unleashed. He's not the type of guy who's going to badmouth anyone, which is fine. He doesn't need to. But he just said I get to go all in with this book. And I think it's safe to say that's a very indirect way of saying there are some restraints he had with one of the big companies that now him under Titan Comics, he is ready to go all in. He says he's got like a whole 50 issue arc going for this. So he is all in on this. And I'm hoping De La Torre can commit to this as long term as possible because from what I've seen, I like what I'm seeing. And you know what? I like it so much. I want to show it off right now because it was on Newsarama. And right here, this looked very Conan like. Here, there you go. Right there. That freaking looks like Conan Arkin. What's up, Captain? Have fun. And yes, we should solve that soon. We should. Guy has half man. Oh, that's cool. I just like your comment. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I didn't want to dox myself on air, but
Yeah,
yeah, the guy has one of my last names and one of my names. So
that's why I didn't say your name all the way. I was trying to keep
yeah,
it
yeah,
very
yeah.
protective.
But that was really fun. I'm like,
Dude. I actually really like this art, and I know there seems to be an extra emphasizing on a lot of the artists from Spain or Brazil in the last few years, whether it's Juanan Ramirez doing Nightclub, obviously Roberto de la Torre, or Pepe Larraz, who's another one. Olivier Coipel is another one. But it seems like Spain and Brazil guys seem to really really be really invested in wanting to try to be the guys who are delivering. Very reminiscent of John Buscema, says Guagnar. So, okay. Damn, dude. I'm with this. I'm with this. And we'll look at some excerpts here because for those who did not catch it, there was a free comic book day issue. But we'll look at some excerpts here, and we'll read through some of these because I think this stuff is very important to know. So let's see here, cover. more brutal artwork. Conan being Conan. We'll start off with this here. Jim's up from Newsround. How does it feel to be back on Conan, and how did this all come about? Jim says it's phenomenal. Honestly, it feels like a real dream come true. We're coming out of the gate the strongest I could have ever imagined. Heroic signatures are the rights holders of Conan. I stayed in touch with them the whole time. Fred Malmberg, and for those who do not know, Fred Malmberg is a very important name in all this because Fred Malmberg is, I guess you could say, for lack of a better word, he's kind of the gatekeeper of Conan. He's the guy who will not let Conan get soiled up. Andre's been in touch with him many times throughout. Malmberg is very essential all this. So he says Malmberg has been hoping to run the property for I think 20 years. He liked my sensibilities on the character and the broader Robert E. Howard mythology. We started talking, and it was essentially, do you still want to do Conan? I thought Fred meant it like an anniversary issue or a one shot. But he's like, no, we're looking for a creative partner and a commitment to a long-term run on the series. That's what I like to hear is a long-term, like the big run. I'm with that, man. I'm absolutely with that. We need actual proper runs. Not where nowadays Marvel and DC will call a limited series a run. That's a walk down to take out your garbage. No,
Well,
we need proper runs.
I think I've got a couple other problems going on in the mainstream than just
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's one of 800.
they are
But-
pulling that that going for a run with a limited series because nobody wants to buy enough of their comics. So if they are gonna do a proper run, they are selling shit. That's basically the main issue. They can have what 3-4 issues that sell 30,000 or so, and after that, what 10,000 at best. Number 5, number 6, 10,000, and then zero. So why would they even try to do a proper run if all they can sell is a limited series? Nick froze. Wait, Nick
Did he?
froze?
Oh,
Yep.
Niggas
That's
suspended
beautiful.
animation there, bro.
Nice. That's a great
Beautiful.
picture too. That is so good. We lost him.
Yikes, that ain't
Oh,
good.
that's
No.
freaking great. What a picture. Somebody clip that. Get a picture. If you want to see that in a meme, that is perfect.
Nick just
right
got told
there.
the pizza's all gone.
Yep, all gone. Somebody
He
just
is-
ate his last pizza, and all his whiskey is gone.
Wait,
The only
That is
thing
Marvel
left is-
got him.
That is
We lost
freaking
him.
great.
Nick,
We lost him. Bye, Nick. Rest in peace. We got this. Don't worry.
Does
Iron
that
Caster's
mean
got
that
some
we
controls.
can pull a 6-hour stream?
this is the Midnight
No,
Edge
I got a con
podcast
to
is
go
on.
to tomorrow.
Yeah, wanna do an ass?
Oh, well. All right, everybody. We've fired Nick. We were tired of this shit. He can
Couldn't
go eat
stand it
pizzas all
anymore.
his own now. And we're going to hang out and talk bad about him all night. What do you think about that, Mr. Nicholas? No, he'll be all right. We should be back soon.
Excellent. Excellent.
Mhm.
F's in the that's right. F's in the chat for Nick.
F's indeed. But
F's.
now that we have access to the channel without any restrictions, Iron, why don't we illustrate people about what's going on next week? 6-8.
Hmm?
Okay, this is something interesting that is going on One Piece.
Oh,
6-8 is kinda huge thing. Basically,
I
the
did a video.
hugest thing that you can imagine, because they have been teasing us with the new power up for Monkey D. Luffy for 4 years now, or something like that, and we finally get it on the anime. And because they know how much people want to have that, they throw a whole teaser, and the teaser, I have seen it at least 20 times, is goddamn glorious.
Yep. So So I suppose we should probably lay out a little bit of establishing explanation for Klobby, the common nerd, anyone who might not be fully aware of what's going on. Okay, so One Piece last weekend actually celebrated its 25th anniversary. So it was a big one, and as a result, we got a lot of stuff kind of in tandem with the announcement. That's where we also got in part of the build up for that, we got the announcement of the Netflix series, the live action trailer.
We got the full trailer instead of just the teaser.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say something about the trailer
action,
later.
Right? The live action trailer.
Yeah. I have. Later.
Mm-hmm.
We also got some announcements of like some DLC for one of the games, which is not as important. But the big announcement and big thing that they were building up is the next power up for Luffy, the main character, is like Gear 5. This is like the thing. This is like the thing they're teasing. The animation for the series has been like a whole nother level ever since the most recent arc started, and they've really like dialed it up for production on it. Like they're pulling in people from like all around the world for like making this series look as good as they can right now. Like I've heard like Americans, I think I've heard some people from like South America are working on it. Like it is become a global franchise that's being worked on.
And we see you there, Nick. Don't worry, we will go full One Piece, and then we can return the channel.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna go for like 1,000 hours on this.
I
kick that over the string. Damn you! We'll let you. If we could let you back in, we'll think about it. I mean, we'd love to.
I know he's only got.
Oh crap! You got to get rebooted or what?
Yeah, his internet went down.
Yeah, his power went down. But
oh shit!
Just so you get an idea how big this. Oh,
there you go, bro.
Aww. We were having so much fun,
dude.
That's the way
that was crazy. I think I was just talking, and then my computer shut down. The power went out, and the power went on. When the power went on, the internet service did not go back, and it just went back now. And look, I have a really fast desktop, and I was able to like turn it back on and get back on really quick. But dude, that was wild. I got kicked out of my own stream.
Weird.
Dude, when you got kicked,
first one.
When you got kicked, you had the most beautiful fuck you face I have ever seen.
Dude, that was great. It was like perfect cut. It was so good. Like we were talking about the fact that it was like somebody just told you all the pizza was gone, or somebody just ate your last pizza. Oh, it was fucking great. I like what Pinochet's saying in the chat. That's what I like.
Oh man, that was wild. So yeah, so for those who are now in the know, it's pouring like crazy out in my area in Illinois. It's coming down hard. Like my children woke up. I'm like, hey girls, it's all good. It's just rain. Let the rain be your soundtrack to passing out. And they're like, okay. And
fair enough.
Because they got a birthday party tomorrow that we're looking forward to, and that's my out. As you remember, Tom, we were talking about mead yesterday. I was saying Mutant Mayhem, so I was like, I need you to suffer with me. I'm like, normally I would, but this birthday party, I can't say no to the kids. So yeah, shout out to Tom Connors, by the way, one of the best guys in this little corner.
Where?
That guy, Tom
here?
Oh no, I'm just giving a shout out because our conversation was about the not being able to have to see it tomorrow because I got birthday party. That's my out.
Oh, you got lucky.
I know I did.
Dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
Hey,
anyway, what's up?
I think there was something you wanted to show off that was somewhat relevant to what we were just discussing.
Oh, there's a few things I want to show off.
Go on.
You know what? I'll show off the very first thing. Ironcaster here was very kind and very gracious, and I was meaning to read one chapter tonight, and I didn't get to it, but I'm gonna for sure. Not only am I gonna read all of this, I'm gonna do my best to try to read this within the next week. So,
Oh,
well, guys,
Dude.
Hell yeah.
East Blue One Piece,
there you go.
Volume
That
1,
is-
2, and 3. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna keep it real though. So, if I think it's okay, I'll say it's okay. If I love it, well, I'm gonna be over the moon about it. I don't think I'm gonna dislike or hate this. I really don't think I will. At the very minimum, I'm sure I'm gonna think it's okay. And if I love it, well, I guess I got a journey to go, and that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm all for an investment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this, and I will make sure you heard it here, guys, live on the Comic Shop Talk. I will have this thing done by next Friday. By
Wow.
next
That's
Friday, believe that.
Dude,
Sounds
while
sick.
we were taking over the channel, we were talking about One Piece, and you know what? What is going on next week?
Mm-hmm. What is
Even
going on?
in the trailer that they have, they are just is the most ridiculous power because it's basically he becomes a cartoon. Luffy becomes a cartoon. His power set is he's a goddamn cartoon. Transform. It's
he goes full.
Bugs
he goes
Bunny
full
superpower.
Looney Tunes, like eyes popping out.
Yeah, it's just Bugs Bunny with superpowers. It's amazing.
This is the Truth cover from Truth, Justice, American Way.
Ooh,
I can see why Nick got that one.
Yep,
Ice.
it's because of the sword. Yeah, the
I thought it was
Sure.
because of that giant lizard, that giant snake that was about to eat those large assets.
yeah. There's a couple of big
But-
things on the cover.
That's
Huge.
Gabe's official imprint, Big Man Comics.
Hell yeah.
And he announced that he's doing a comic that he's co-writing with Dean Cain. That he's, of course, Gabe's going to write and draw. Where it's called Dean Cain, American Lawman.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh, he said it's supposed to be like a very 80s, 90s action hero movie story. I'm like, okay, I'm with that. I'm down for a guy who's got a typical like cop day in the life of a cop who's got to go after some bad guy's story. So I'm looking forward to that. So, and it seems like he's in a good direction with what, and also he's not doing Indiegogo or Fund My Comic. He's doing it all on his website, bigmancomics.com. So he took from the Air July page and he's going for it. And speaking of, ISO number 2 starts shipping next week. So yeah, that's a big deal. And of course we got Joe Bennett, who's going to be drawing Alpha Core number 1. Good for him. It's a great bounce back after what happened to him when he got shafted by Marvel. Joe Bennett, I'm glad you're able to get some work again. It seems like
Oh,
Eric's
Did he get
got-
screwed over by Marvel? Yeah.
He did. Well, he was doing Immortal Hulk a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
They said that he did a drawing that was interpretive of being anti-Semitic.
Oh my gosh.
And here's the thing: he's not like a big social media guy. So he's not one of those guys. He doesn't have a Twitter. He barely posts his Instagram. When he does, it's usually about comics, which is good. That's how it should be. And he's always posting just art, basically. Imagine that, an artist posting art from
Yeah.
Marvel.
What a troublemaker.
And so he never really had put out like a retort, had a chance to like actually defend himself. Maybe he just says, I'm not gonna give him a draw and let these people think what they think. But it seems like Bennett is really happy and he's really pumped. And the page that they showed off looked really good. I was just like, bro, I'm excited for that. So, and I think Bennett's a great, I think he's great. So I'm looking forward to it. And I know he knows comics. He loves the medium, and he actually knows how to draw. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. I really, really do. And good luck to Joe. And I'm happy he was able
Absolutely.
to get a good, solid recover because he's absolutely worth it. As a Chuck Dixon alone wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
I think Eric's gonna have some serious competition though in his own company. So, because seriously, Dixon and Bennett, that's a dangerous pairing. That's
Nice.
yeah. Dangerous. Seriously,
really good pairing.
Yeah, but that's good. That means he welcomes that. So I respect that too. Like he's basically putting two veterans together and saying, you know what, I'm gonna let these guys have fun with it. So shout out, dude. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about Alpha Core. I'm like, jeez. Now, of course, ISOM 2 ships next week. Who knows? Maybe I'll show off my copy next week. Well,
That's never coming out.
coming.
What are you talking about?
And
There's a
what's
one
up,
hit one.
Jason
Twitter said that's not coming
Sandberg
out.
for $2 says Joe Bennett dared be anti-communist. That's it. And you know what? He's right.
There you go.
Shout out to Jason. Jason,
Jason.
I read Jupiter. And not only did I enjoy it and read it twice, and it's one of those comics where it's like, it is, but it isn't. It read like even though you gave it a number, it read like a 0 issue to me. Because it felt very getting the setup of what's to come. You realize what's the hook towards we'll just say latter half. Like, so this is what we're doing. Okay, I'm in.
That's
So
a good description.
Yes.
Issue 0. I never thought about it.
It
That way.
feels
That's
like a
really good
0 issue.
description.
An enjoyable issue because you get the idea of who the characters are,
Yeah.
what's the setting, and hold up, wait, this is the actual thing, and then boom, it is a well-read 0 issue disguised as a number 1, and I'm looking forward to when number 2 comes out, which was technically for me gonna be number 1 because of the way I see the formula. But dude, I'm looking forward to it, Jason, and we're at maybe we're around do like 2 or 3 issues, then get you on board so we can go over it with you like a retrospect thing. We're gonna have to do it, Jason. I'm excited. Yeah, guys, if you're in the Texas area, they are hiring for additional people to help with the shipping. I think he said. Where's Phil's comment here? Oh yeah, shipping and fulfillment. There you go, guys.
Mhm.
You're looking for a job. Air
That'd be
July's
good.
hiring.
I go over there and work there.
Yeah,
That
right.
didn't happen.
I think that.
If I was in Texas, I would have applied. I have 2 people I know 3 people in the company. I know 3 people in the company.
He's like, I think I might be able to get an in. I might get an in.
I know Carolyn. I've hung out with Carolyn. I know Brandon Taylor, really nice guy. I talked to him at the Dallas meetup, and I know Igor, the main lead artist of the Rippaverse, who watches this channel and the videos. He shared out one of my videos last week. Shout out to Igor. Thank you for doing that, by the way. In case you're out there listening now. Yeah, really good guy and really really good group there working there. So yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe I'm being confident with the hiring, but a man can dream. Let a man dream. I'll even admit it at that. Let a man dream. But yes, I did get the vibe of Jupiter being a 0 issue, a really good 0 issue that lets you know what this is going to be all about. And yes, I liked the way the flow of it was set up. I was like, okay, so this is what's going to be happening. Okay, I want to see what's going to happen here. So, dude, I'm looking forward. I will definitely be backing Jupiter number 2 when it hits. So, all I ask you, Jason, is when's it going to happen? And thank you for $2, by the way. Thank you. But I want to know. I want to know. Actual fandom in the mud. Yes. Actual fandom is eating absolute trash right now, especially when that and then Yaira comes out. And then apparently Chuck Dixon is so ahead of everyone. He got started on another book that spins off of Alpha Core and already has
That
it
man's
all
a
written.
That motherfucker's a beast. He is just an absolute machine. They're like, hey, buddy, look, you've got all here's your universe. You've got all the creative freedom you want. And he's like, dope. Let's do this. Like, it's insane.
Like, I hear that, I'm like, he already has all of it written. I was like, well, that guy's a freak of nature. Like, you would think with how old he is, he's written a lot of stuff. You would think it'd be like, man, this is at the point now where it's gonna have to take a little longer because I've come up with so much. No, he just said, oh, hey, I'll get this to you in 2 weeks. comes back with a full story. What? Dude, that's nuts. That's once again,
Yeah,
that's
no
someone
shit.
who loves comic books so much. He has said, like, I've never gotten sick of comics. I will always do comics, and man, that is passion. Like, it's like a lot because there are some guys who are really passionate, but to do that late in his career, holy shit, seriously. And then 5 picoseconds of the Canadian 5,000. If you ever feel stupid, just remember that DC let Chuck Dixon go.
Yup. That's what I was laughing. I read that shit. I was like, ah, fuck. That's funny shit. It's so true. It's so true.
So DC let go a top writer, Marvel let go of a top artist, and you put them together. Damn. I can hear Farouk from the WWF Attitude Era saying it. All right. Damn. You know what? Farouk and Bradshaw. Damn. Wait, Farouk could say that. I can hear that now.
Yeah, sort of like when they let the big time quarterback go that no one thought was going to be any good, and then or if the guy's not playing very well, then he goes somewhere else and wins some Super Bowls.
Boy, I bet they're wishing they had those guys back. That top talent.
Yeah.
It's glorious.
Anyways, I've been meaning to show off other things. So yeah, I showed off Truth, Justice, American Way. I finished Nightclub recently, which is a Mark Miller story drawn by Juan Ramirez. Obviously, another Spanish artist who's been very popular. Now, this comic is basically Spider-Man meets vampires that are heroes. These kids are vampires. They're very youthful, like Spidey. They wear luchador type of masks. And they had to work around things to be able to go out during the day. But they come out at night. And this is really fun. First 5 issues were all $2 each. $2 each. It was final issue that was exercised to bring it to $4. But I thought that was really cool that even with his Netflix deal going on, he's just like, you know what? We're gonna do a $2 comic. And five out of the 6 issues were $2. I had a lot of fun with this, and I would definitely recommend the trades come out next month if you want to be one of those guys that does the trade. But I had fun with this. I would say it's my favorite series. I'm gonna be honest like that. But I had a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it, especially if you like a Spider-Man type of story, but with a vampiric twist to it. So yeah,
That sounds right up my alley.
like I said, all 6 singles are out, but if you want to wait for the trade, that's fine too. But I really, because I've been rereading a lot of his books because of his new big game book that's now the crossover. His first ever crossover ever was technically as a sequel to Wanted, and he has all his books. Huck, if you ever read Huck is great.
Huck was good, yeah.
Huck was good.
I read Huck.
I like Huck. Huck is in this. Nemesis is in this. Yeah, dude, they're all in it. Nemesis, Huck, Kick-Ass, obviously the Nightclub.
What about the guy from Starlight?
Starlight. Starlight's in this.
Really? How about Superior?
Superior will be in issue 2 and beyond, which comes next month.
Okay.
But every
was a good
book
comic.
that is Miller World is all in this.
Wow.
All of it. He's going all in on this. And yeah, I liked Huck. I thought Huck was a really
Huck was
cool
good.
Golden Age type of story. That's another one we read. Golden Age type of story that was brought into the now. And I liked it because it was just this guy who looked a little slow, but he did all these like cool things for a little suburban town just to be a cool guy. Be a good Samaritan.
Sort of a Superman homage. And he
man.
also did
Superman.
Superior was his love letter to the Christopher Reeve Superman movies that he loved so much.
Yes.
Which is
That was him
pretty
in Leno Yu on the art. Leno Yu. I can't pronounce his name. I think he's Japanese or something.
But it was really good art.
Really good.
Starlight was his throwback to Flash Gordon, like a sort of a mixing Miller's Dark Knight with Flash Gordon type of thing, but it was really well done. Huck. Now those were some good things. And I like to see Starlight again.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
Yeah.
Have fun. He says, I work in Hollywood. I would totally agree that comment. You just did a great pitch. Well, tell Mark to get a hold of me and I'll pitch all his books. I know how to do a pitch. And yes, now in the first issue of Big Game, you do see Starlight, and it's really wholesome. Oh, it's very wholesome. Which is saying a lot because there's a lot of obviously very evil people from like Wanted, Nemesis, but Starlight is as Starlight as it gets, and you're like, I can't wait to see these characters go head to head. So it really feels like, holy crap, this story is big and it matters. So,
Yeah.
and that's Pepe Loraz. He's a Brazilian artist. He's doing the art on this, and that's saying a lot because he has to combine a lot of different styles. Because you had J.G. Jones on Wanted. You had Raphael Albuquerque on Huck. You had Greg Capullo on Reborn. Which, I have a really weird contrarian take. I'm not really big on Capullo when he does Marvel and DC, but I love when he does independent stuff. It's a weird take.
No, I
But
understand.
I love when he does independent stuff. Which, speaking of Reborn, I've been doing my reread of Reborn. This is issue 3, Reborn. I've been revisiting this one because, well, it's actually damn good. It takes place in the afterlife, which is cool too. It takes place in the afterlife.
That's pretty dope.
Yes. Obviously, this came out 2016. I think this was the book right after Huck. Actually, this was right after Huck. So, for those who care about the ordering of things, yeah, I have 1, 2, and 3. I gotta get through 4 through 6 next, but I'm just saying, if you want, I feel like seriously, when I look at some of the stuff in here, I feel like Capullo did his best on some of these pages, like especially when he does like forests and like big trees and very awesome, very large in scale like land. Oh, it looks wonderful, and obviously he has a really good handle of like when he needs to do like a very big like open scale like splash, and he does all the miniatures of things, and you see all the detail he puts even into the miniatures. It's nice to see. I'm like, maybe it's because he has less constraints, maybe with not as many deadlines. He can take his time with a book like that, or maybe it's because I have a built-in thing of how I imagine certain superheroes will look like. That when I see him go into something clean and new, I accept it easier. I don't know. I mean, what's your take on that, Claudia? Are there guys you've appreciated more when you saw them do independent work?
Sometimes yes, because a lot of times when they're working for the big companies, they've got a lot of constraints such as time. They're not allowed to do their full best work. They've got to come rush stuff big time. Where sometimes when they're working for the other companies, they're able to take their time on it. There's not as big of a schedule. A lot of artists will say that's all the difference in the world. Then there's some artists that you're just like, I think that artist is better for the fantasy stuff than the superheroes genre, this, that, and the other thing. And some of them actually prefer. So, for example, John Buscema, the great John Buscema, he preferred drawing Conan. He did love Thor, but he didn't like drawing Avengers or any of the superhero stuff that much at all. His brother Sal did like doing a lot of that stuff, but John would do it. And John drew Fantastic Four and Avengers and whatever he was supposed to be doing, and it was okay. But he preferred Conan. It was easier for one thing, but he did like Thor. That's the only thing closer to the superhero genre. So sometimes if they're enjoying something more, they may excel at it more. You can see. I mean, there are a lot of artists who were specific to certain genres. I mean, Barry Windsor Smith. You didn't see a whole lot. Barney Wrightson deviate too much into anything other. Occasionally, he would draw something with superheroes in it, but for the most part, it was always horror stuff, like Swamp Thing and other things like that. Mike Flug. So yeah, I think you're right. You're not at all in a minority on that. Some of these artists. And they're the ones who just could do it all. But then there's some of them that are probably better geared towards certain genres.
Yeah, I felt that way with Capullo Reborn. Like, I don't know what it is. I have a really weird thing. I can't see him with Batman, but when I see him with Reborn and doing this wholly original story, I fall in love with it and I get really invested. And there are some times where I would just take time to just stop and look at all the little details going on within this big like world, and I just like really like study it all. I'm like, wow. And I think it does make a difference when he has obviously not just a limited series, but a book that has an original story to it. I feel like it does make a difference. So I'm going to share with you a quick spoiler page just to acknowledge when I was not joking. So when I said Starlight was in Big Game, look, he's hanging out with a classroom of kids trying
There
to
he
find
is.
their stories. Dude, that's all good. That's the tease. That's the tease. Go read
Wait,
Big Game.
is this from
Look
the
at some
same
of those.
series that you showed before with Millard and
This
Capullo?
is the big. No, that was Reborn. That was
Oh,
Reborn.
okay,
This is
okay,
called
okay.
Big Game. This is a variant cover, by the way, of J.G.
These are all
Jones.
$2 comics, right?
Nightclub was $2. Nightclub was $2. That just finished this week. It just finished Nightclub.
Okay.
Now, Big Game. There are extra pages. This is a $5 comic, but this is where he gets his Miller World characters for the first time ever in a book. Ever. He's never done this ever. He's acknowledged the characters exist, like in Nightclub. They acknowledge the existence of Kick Ass and Super Crooks. He acknowledges the existence of Jupiter's Legacy. But this is the first time where he actually has the characters interacting. Now, Big Game is not only the first time getting all these characters together, but it's also a sequel to Wanted, which is one of the first big Miller World books that really launched himself in the indie sphere. It was Wanted. This is a J.G. Jones cover. But yeah, you get a Starlight page, and when you see that page, you're like, I want fucking Starlight now, damn it. And when Gary and Az did my read my super chat on their show, Gary stopped the show to have mine read, and I asked Mark, "Hey, is there by any chance a Nemesis and Huck meet? Because I feel like that's the ultimate showdown there."
When Millar was on, cool.
Yeah, and Miller's like, "Oh, they meet." I was just like, "Bro, that's a fight I'm looking forward to because that's like a Superman versus like freaking the Hulk type of fight right there. I'm looking forward to seeing Nemesis and Huck going at it because
Huck was a crazy comic, man. It was really cool.
it's fun.
Did he do
very fun.
anyone past that first series? Did he do anything after that?
He has
Or there's like one series?
hinted. He has hinted that he wants to do more.
Okay.
So
That was a black and white series too.
yeah, I read the black and white edition. I love the black and
When
white
they came, when
edition.
originally, what did they do a color one later?
There was a color
Originals
version.
were in black and white though.
Yes.
I never got the color one. I don't need the color one.
Really?
It was kind of interesting book.
No, for those who ever read chat, read Huck, read Starlight. If you're somehow like, what's all this I'm hearing about? You got
love how-
yourself stuff to look forward to now.
I love how he has the number 78 on the back of his, just 78 on the back of his jacket, as in, well, you know it came out in 1978.
Yes, because he loves Superman. Superman the movie is his favorite
It's weird.
movie.
Millar
And
writes
he has
edgy.
Superman's suit. He has
It's
this
weird.
Christopher
Yeah.
Reeve suit.
Well, it's weird because Millar writes some edgy sicko shit, but he loves Superman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he'll write like 30 straight series of like super hardcore edgelord stuff, and then he'll do something super wholesome out of nowhere, like Huck or Starlight.
Well, you know, he drew. He wrote a lot of the Superman animated series, comic that was based on the animated show. You know that Marvel, how DC always did comics based on the show. He
Yes.
wrote that for a while,
Yes.
and it was some.
Oh,
pretty
I
good
like
stories.
I like the animated series comic that he did. I
But
do
he,
like
yeah,
those.
he wrote some. Like I said, I'm saying he could write like normal, wholesome Superman if he wants to. He just, I mean,
No, he just doesn't.
Yeah.
But Huck and Starlight showed that he could do that.
and Superior.
And yes, and you're right. No, and Superior. I can't believe I forgot that, man. Shame on me.
The thing is,
That was
Millard kinda enjoys being an edgelord. If you
Oh,
see
I
current
know.
edgelords are like just going through the motions, trying to be just childish in a way. It's not that I want to be just completely bonkers. I don't care. It's more tame now. So having him going bonkers, yeah, I really enjoy it. There's some things like Hit Girl. Okay, I can give you that was a mistake. It was still enjoyable. at least compared with what we have now with Edge Lords, KD Edge Lords, Edgar was enjoyable. So
So
Yeah, but this is entertaining. Yeah.
we got some great comments here I want to highlight. Jason said, I want more Starlight. Facts. Goran Parlov is amazing artist. Every line is perfect. Dude, right on. Captain Halffoot says, Thomas and Ben talk about giving a pitch exactly like Nick did. Mention two popular IPs you can compare to, or say it's like a mix of, then tell more about Jeeba Stick. Nick did steps 1, 2, 3 just right. Oh, shite. Well, thank you, dude. Appreciate that. And then Neil says, for him, it's Ed Brubaker. Ed Brubaker's great. I love him. Criminal with him and Sean Phillips is a masterpiece. And really anything they've worked on has been fair. I read the first arc, Neil, and I really enjoyed it. And once again, I love how Ed Brubaker was like, once he saw the infighting going on and arguing over during the early days of, let's just say, Comicsgate, Gamergate, all that, he's just like, screw this. I'm deleting Twitter. And he stayed that way since. He's like, I just want to focus on comics. Because Ed Brubaker is a comic book guy. And then Neil right here. Even Alan Moore respected Superman.
Yes.
Looking at you, many others, says in spite of his crazy stuff, he always respected Supes for what he stood for.
Yeah.
It's why I got so massive foot. Yeah.
Well, look,
yeah.
Alan Moore. Not only did he respect and love Superman, dude. 10 years after Byrne did his revamp that I personally hate,
I don't like it either.
Alan Moore took a worthless, garbagey Rob Liefeld Superman knockoff called Supreme, who was garbage.
Yes, I know Supreme.
And turned it into the greatest Superman, some of the greatest Superman stories ever done for about 5-6 years there. I felt like I had my Superman back that was taken away from me by Byrne and all the revamp. Some great, Alan Moore's Supreme run is true Superman. It was just wearing a different costume and wearing a different name, and it was ingenious. It was brilliant. Some of the greatest stuff ever done. Certainly all throughout the 90s. His Alan Moore Supreme comic was one of my few happy places in the 90s. I love this.
Here's the thing about Alan Moore. He might want to do something as shit, crazy, absolutely terrible, but he understands the character. So if a character is good, like Superman, it stays good. You can change the world.
Context on it because he doesn't care much anymore. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, he uses the world to be dark, but the character stays as bright as a wholesome character. It's just the world is evil because he's really good messing up with, especially later, right before going full. I want to be a wizard and I will write a full comic about wizards because I'm a wizard now. Yeah, right before that, he was doing a lot of dark stuff, a lot of really, really horrid stuff. But when a character was good, the character was good. The other characters were a piece of shit. Even in Watchmen, there's some characters that are just pieces of shit. There are true heroes. The true heroes die, yeah. But that's Alan Moore. He's an asshole. What do you expect from him?
No, that was deconstructionism on his part. But I just want to say that Oakley Supreme by Liefeld didn't get good until Moore took it over and dumped all of his scrap. So it was around like in the 50s. Mr. Supreme was like maybe in the 50s or something numbering before Moore took over. But so if you got to get the Alan Moore ones, the Rob Liefeld ones, it's just an awful, crappy Superman ripoff. So
all right.
Dude,
but I hear you. I know what you. Go ahead, Pablo.
It's really difficult to create a Superman ripoff because most of the people misunderstand what makes Superman Superman.
Yeah. Moore sure got it though.
Yep.
Oh boy. I don't really want to say who I am, but I have a lot of DCAU credits under my name. The Superman I always write is bright, loyal, smart, and basically available with near infinite rate. Man, should be light in the dark. Well, Batman is the dude. See,
You're a good
that's
man.
Superman.
Yep.
That's
Well,
Superman.
I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you saying that. You know.
The feelings are very mutual around here, Captain Have Fun. So thank you for listening to our show. Like we love Superman here. Like
Yes.
we are Superman fans. Like bro, it's man,
My freaking
love,
logo.
love. Superman, for real.
I mean, look at my logo.
And you're safe here. We're never going to ask for your name. We respect secret identities. We do that.
Yes.
There's guys who I've met within our vicinity. Even though I know some of the real names, I won't even say the real names in person. I say them by their YouTube names. That's how much I respect the concept of secret identity. And our friend here on the panel, Com Nerd, says, I just got the first volume of Huck on Kindle for free and got samples of the rest of them together. Thanks, dude. Here's the thing. I'm glad to help you with this. Like I said, Wanted is the sequel to this. So you want to start with Wanted at the very minimum. Wanted, Nemesis Reloaded, because that was the story right before this. Oh, Nemesis Reloaded is holy fucked up too.
Is it?
This is not feel bad for me villain. This is a villain. Mark Miller writes villain. And he has Jorge Jimenez on art. He's from Spain. Jorge kills it. Oh, he kills it. And dude, Nemesis is terrifying.
So the Wanted from 2018?
No, 2003.
Oh, okay. So we gotta go back.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Okay.
Wanted, 2003. J.G. Jones is the artist. And then you have Nemesis Reloaded, which is within the last year, because that's literally a lead-in right into big game. And I would say at least start with the first volume of Kick-Ass. Now, anything else after that's like icing on the cake, whether it's Starlight, Hawk, Reborn, Super Crooks, God, why am I... Empress, Jupiter's. I can't believe I'm blinking on these. This should be like easy for me.
Well,
Superior.
They don't have
Superior, the Ambassadors, which is more recently. And what's notable about the Ambassadors, every issue is done by a different artist. And it was the first issue where he got Travis Charest to do an entire issue. And Travis Charest has not done an entire issue of a comic book in 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So he got Charest, he got Quietly involved for the first issue. And I really love Quietly stuff. He Quietly did Jupiter's Legacy. I think he did more. I could be wrong. My brain's blanking on me. Must be the alcohol.
Didn't he do Sharky?
Yeah, oh, dude, that I love.
Also,
Is
Superman's
also
my favorite
Superman.
Ooh, oh god, it's brilliant.
Quietly kills on that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I could look at those pages again and again. I love that stuff.
He also did Morrison's run on X-Men, which is pretty weird but interesting. He also did some stuff with Millar on the Authority.
He did, yes, he did do a little bit of the Authority. I didn't read the Authority stuff, but I did hear them talking about when he did his Miller Time show.
I read his Authority.
Yeah. Did you prefer that or the Warren Ellis run?
I actually kind of like the Millar one a little bit better, but I didn't really like that stuff too much anyway. That kind of not really my bag, but I kind of like. I got to admit that it's irresistible. As long as you don't view them as superheroes.
I don't see the Authority as heroes whatsoever.
It's like I actually like. It's strange because initially Ellis created Stormwatch, which became the Authority.
Yes,
but
right.
I think Ellis's better work was Planetary, whereas Millar actually did more interesting stuff. What little run he did of Authority, but that's just me.
No, I actually agree with you. I was just curious for your take because I do like. I thought Elsa's stuff was fine. I didn't like necessarily hate or dislike it. I thought it was just fine. Like it was worth the read, but it was nothing I went back to. Whereas the Miller stuff, I did enjoy a bit more. And like I enjoyed what Brian. I think Brian Hitch is what saved the Authority for me because I enjoyed Brian Hitch's stuff. And once again, he did my Hawkman run. I won't stop raving about for the first 12 issues with Robert Venditti on pencils. Sorry, on writing. Robert Venditti and writing. Sorry.
Yes. Gotcha.
I'm getting my shit wrong. Sorry, alcohol is clearly kicking in, guys. You're seeing it happen here. Hawkman, yes, go read Hawkman, straight up. Venditti, Hitch, but the Authority, I like it more with the Miller stuff in terms of story. Because I feel like for me that maybe it helps that was one of my first gateways into Brian Hitch. That was one of my very first Hitch things. I was like, oh hey, I like this guy. I like what he's got going on here.
You know, he has a new comic out this week, right?
Yes, he does. He's
And
got that ultimate invasion. See, I wasn't interested in the story, and I hate saying it because I
Which
love to
one?
look at his art. I love to look at it,
what,
but I'm not interested in that ultimate invasion.
no, not what I'm talking about.
Oh, the Superman book.
Yes.
The Superman book, Last Days of Luthor. I watched Wakazashi's review on it, and he said it was really good. And he's actually honest.
I actually liked it. I know you're all shocked to hear me
Hold on.
like
Could
a
you
new
repeat
comic.
that?
I like not
What?
only did I like a new comic, I like the new Mark Waid comic.
I know
with
Kevin
Brian
Nolan did
Hitch.
inks on
That's
it.
new.
Kevin Nolan did
Nolan
inks
did,
on
yeah.
it.
Hey, I'm
I
as
like
shocked
Kevin
as you
Nolan.
are. A buddy of mine forced me to read it. I just went there, and yeah, I mean, look, it's really good. It's very well written. It's that Superman the Black Label edition. It's the Last Days of Lex Luthor or whatever it is.
Yeah, Last Days of Lex Luthor.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's very well written, very well done. Hitch, I like Hitch, but I don't know, something about his art seems a little bit off on this one. Everybody seems a little
Okay.
bit. Sometimes just people can
You
be
think
strangely.
it's Nolan's?
No.
Because he's got Kevin Nolan.
I think it
involved.
might be Nolan because since people are strangely skinny in this, sometimes people can be strangely weirdly skinny. Like, I'm pretty sure it's fine for Batman to be a little bit slender at some point, but Superman, I don't know, man. I'm not so sure he shouldn't be eating a bunch of cheeseburgers like that picture up there.
Did they try to go for something manga or something like that?
No. It's just straightforward art where everything looks fine, and it's all about the writing. See, Wade is a nut, but
Yes,
and
but
an
he
idiot.
knows
But
Superman.
nuts can write. I mean, look, most of the nuttiest people ever have done great art. So, and he
Alan
knows
Moore.
comics. Alan Moore, and he's not as obnoxious as Wade, but Wade can write these characters. People have been liking some of his other stuff. He's doing like a Teen Titans.
I
thing
hear
right
his
now.
World's Finest is
Some
good
people
from
like that, yeah.
lots of people. I've
Right.
heard so many good things about it, and I still don't have it in me to stomach to read it, even though I
Me neither.
hear endlessly
And
how
Teen
good
Titans.
it is.
People liking his Teen Titans right now,
Yes, a lot of people are liking that too.
but but
Oh.
I just read that for the hell of it. It's not like I went up and bought it or anything. I read it, the new fashioned way, I should say. But it was
Yeah.
good. I'm not saying you should go out and buy it or anything, although it's a nice looking book.
It is. I saw a few pages. It does. Oh, Neil's rating it. Oh, there you go. There's another endorsement right there. His World's Finest. See, I've heard that it's
I've heard that.
great. I've not heard people. Oh, it's very good. I've heard people like, no, this is something that you should be reading.
I've heard a criticism about it. Someone saying that Batman's too much of
Oh.
an a-hole in it.
Too much.
See,
See,
there was a strange trend to Batman writing that started in the 90s and then throughout the 2000s where people think because Batman is cool, it means he has to be a complete prick and an a-hole all the time. And it got way out of hand for a long time. Morrison, I believe, was one of the ones that started it. But,
You think so?
well, in his Justice League. They say in his Justice League, but it probably wasn't just him. But the Bat Bros went nuts for it because they got off on seeing Batman be a dickhead to people all the time. It was like, okay, yeah, he's a jerk, but come on, you bring it too far.
He's still a hero who cares at the end of the day. No, you're right, Claude.
Right.
I agree.
I think
There is a balance.
They're probably getting rid of it now a little bit, you would think, but I don't know. I mean,
Neil
Yeah,
has a
so,
great comment here. I remember when this game came out. I can't remember if it was PS2 or PS3, but that Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction game, for lack of a better words, was incredible.
Yeah.
I loved that game.
I think I played that one.
Loved it so much. The story's good. The gameplay was good. The mechanics of it were great. Oh, dude, I loved that game. I had so much fun. And it was cool because outside of Spider-Man at the time, you weren't getting any other good Marvel games. So when you had the Hulk coming out with 2 straight killer video games, it's like, all right, Hulk has got good games, and he's the perfect character to have good video games based out of. I loved Ultimate Destruction, so it's good to know there's someone out there who played it. 'Cause it didn't seem like at the time many people had played it, but I played it. I was all over that game.
This was on the PS2, right?
Yeah.
PS2, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember it.
I remember that game.
And what's up, TZ Burton? Shout out to you, sir. Hopefully you're having a good Friday night, and cheers to you, sir. We're having good. So, okay, we've now gone for a while. Common Nerd, why don't you show off your haul? Because
Ooh,
you've been so patient.
Yeah. No, I started reading Huck.
Dude, oh, dude.
And I'm
maybe
like
we should
already hooked.
Maybe we should talk about Huck. Maybe we should consider that for a show to talk about Huck.
That would
Just
be fun.
saying.
I'm already kind of hooked.
All
So,
right,
yeah,
maybe
that's
we gotta
pretty neat.
ask these other guys, Pablo and Iron Cats, what they think. But I would love to talk. I straight up would love to talk about Huck. We could do that in one show, straight up. We could do a nice 3-hour show on that, and I'd have fun.
Dude, if there's a way I can get it, I will love it.
We
Kendall.
can do that for you.
It's
Yeah,
actually the first
there's-
one free on.
There's
Kindle.
a lot of issues in Ecuador with Kindle and shit, so yeah.
Pablo, message me.
Will
We'll
do.
find a way.
Personal message, okay? And then, Caster, what are your thoughts? No, seriously, like, Caster, would you like to talk about Huck? Or would you be interested in trying that besides Higher to the Empire, which I think we should do too this month? Okay, Caster left. He didn't usually says BRB.
Yeah, normally
It must be a genuine thing that's going on here. Okay, well, we'll ask Caster when he comes back. But Common
It
Nerd,
was Nova.
show off your stuff.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna switch
I'll zoom in
hats
on
'cause-
you too, by the way.
Ooh, yeah, he's gonna come in close. All right, so because I'm gonna switch hats too, because Mama and man, this feels weird. I haven't worn this one in a long time.
That's
Holy cow.
fancy.
Right? This is pretty cool.
Looks
So,
like the fedora.
Yeah, it's still supposed to be a bowler hat. It's just it's the same shape. It's just got like all the gears and stuff on it because it was part of our
Yeah.
steampunk costume
Yeah,
a couple of
there you
years
go.
ago. Yeah, so we went. I got press passes to the local Corpus Christi Comic Con, and so I got some of that stuff that I'm going to show off here in just a second because I love dollar boxes. Because even if I don't know if it's any good, it doesn't hurt me because it was only $1 and the art looks nice. But I want to show this off real quick because this is somebody from in our little sphere or corner of the internet. This is
Nice. I
a
recognize
giant graphic novel. I didn't realize this was actually going to be a graphic novel, but this is Angrammatic Chronicles Blue by our very own boy Drunk 3PO. So I've got a cool little unboxing coming out on that tomorrow. I'm bringing unboxings back, man. We're going to make them a thing again. So I got that. So that was really cool. And then, there we go. Oh, hold on. Come here. You. Oh, come here. There it is.
Come on.
All right, I had some stuff slip off the side. But we've got a local Trek group, which I cannot remember their name, but we have a local Star Trek group that does a bunch of cool sci-fi stuff. But we also have a local Star Wars division, which is called the 501st.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a bunch of really cool cosplayers. Like I got a picture of their Boba Fett
They're
today while he
worldwide,
was walking
actually.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, yeah, we've got one of the local chapters down here in Corpus. I think it's actually up in like Rockport or Portland or something like that.
I
Go
can
ahead.
say something really cool about the 501. The last few cosplays that I made for people that were on the 501 got automatically qualified. I didn't need
Nice.
to do any change. I was so proud of that.
That's freaking dope, dude. Hell yeah, that's awesome. So we're probably gonna dress up a little bit for the con tomorrow. But these ones, the tape's kind of tight on them. But I just found a whole bunch of these in a row, and a lot of them were all in order.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I don't know if this
Captain
run.
Marvel.
Yep, and Martian Manhunter as well. So I don't know if
Great
these are
job.
any good or not.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
What
Um,
issue? Oh, that dude. That's a good run there. That's a good.
Is it okay? Cool, because
What
I
issue is
got.
that? What's the issue number? That's
This
one of the other
is this is
Like
5,
five or
6,
Okay.
7, and I got 8, and then it jumps to
Oh.
13.
ones. You can get those earlier ones for a good 13, 14 issues. It was with Demetrius and Kevin McGuire. That late '80s run that you're looking right there, Justice League International, was very entertaining. It got kind of crazy after a while, but that's one of the most popular runs of Justice League ever. Oh yeah, great
That's
art
awesome.
by
So,
Those
Great art by
are some
Kevin McGuire.
glorious covers. Woo!
great art by McGuire.
Oh, Kevin
Fun
McGuire?
stories. Yeah, Kevin McGuire.
No!
That was his first. That's the first book that made him famous, brought him to fame. really.
Oh, man.
This book that's got the classic One Punch. One Punch.
so
I have a
So
question about one of those covers. What the hell is Captain Marvel doing there? Because if he wanted to get rid of
I
the
can't
Martian
tell you without
Manhunter, he
spoiling
doesn't
you.
need a boulder.
Yeah,
He needs a
yeah,
match,
Let's just say he's not himself.
just like
yeah,
a
you spoil
match.
it for me. It says
See, it's got
it
the word
says
possessed on the cover, so I mean,
yeah, it says
it's not-
possessive by the Gray Man, by the power of the Gray Man. So yeah.
Marvel's version of the Purple Man, sort of. I mean, DC's version of the. It's complicated.
Oh, okay,
Anyway,
cool.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a if you can find those, man. Start with number
Totally.
one. It was a what happened was the Justice League of America comic finally ended up unfortunately got canceled, but a couple years later, after Crisis and all that stuff, around 87, 88, they brought this run back, and there's some great stuff there. You have a lot of fun with it. The Blue Beaster, that's where the Blue Beetle Booster Gold relationship started. They're a lot of fun. Oh, look, there's Neil says his favorite jail and run is he likes Morrison's. And I can't stand Morrison too much, but I'm old, so this was a lot of fun.
Well,
Dude, that's a classic right there. If you can get those early ones.
Dude, that's freaking awesome. I'm glad. I just found actually my son, my youngest son, at least until we find out the sex of the baby. My youngest son, actually, he was standing next to me, just like flipping through them because I was like, "Ooh, dollar bin! I'll flip through and see if there's anything I recognize." And he was like, "Look, there's Batman." And I was like, "What? There's Batman on the cover?" And there was it turned into all these Justice League ones. So
I cannot believe those early ones were in the dollar bin, buddy. That's a steal.
yeah, well, sounds like I found good. Well, I'll be digging again tomorrow. So if there's any other things or names you guys know that people I should look for, but I thought this one was really cool because we just did the Martian Manhunter and the Manhunters episode of the Justice League animated series on my show a couple of weeks ago. So I was like, well, that's perfect. Then I got to have that, the one that says Manhunters.
Yeah,
and then, like I said,
a lot of people like that Ostrander run, so there you go. They're popular. Of the Spectre.
Sweet.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then I just kind of kept going because these were just kind of the next ones in, and I thought the covers looked cool, and so
for a buck, you can't beat all those. It says early though, those first like 12, 13 are the most popular of that run, but yeah, that's pretty damn good.
Right. And I figured as much, but I just thought these ones look cool, and then this one, I got got everybody on the cover of that one too. So,
nice.
Dude, that's a nice cover. And
Yeah,
what's up, Jace Forte? Says keep up the good work, boys. I can't watch. I have to get a break. Hey, well, thanks for dropping in, sir.
Yeah,
dude, I like that. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's nothing else. The artwork's pretty. And then this one, because some of the first comic book stuff, like actual physical comic book stuff, I remember is like the death of Superman. So I saw these in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I got to grab those ones too. So, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. I know I was talking to Jed earlier in the Twitter group message, talking about all of his favorite stuff with like the post death of Superman and like all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's what I picked up today. I thought those were pretty dope. Apparently, I picked up some good ones, so that's
you did a good job, man. Well done, man.
Yeah, common nerd. You should feel proud of yourself, man. You did good. Now I hope to see more and see what else you've done.
Well, tomorrow I'll be live streaming from there. We kind of got there late today for me to really live stream, but I'll be live streaming from the con tomorrow. And there are 50-cent bins that I still need to dig a little bit more through as well. But I was just kind of mapping out where everything was today and trying to get a feel for it. But I couldn't pass up bringing at least something in to have to show off tonight on the show. So, but I'll have more stuff for next week too. So we'll see what we find as well. So yeah. Hell yeah!
Did you read that?
I can't wait to read them.
League run there, Nick. I mean, you mean because I know you love Blue Beetle and Booster.
Oh, that's where it started. I actually reread recently the Jeff Johns one. That was from what 2008 or 9ish. I can't remember. I've been rereading that. I had so much fun with that because obviously we're on Carter wanted to bring back Ted Kord, and it was one of those things where it's like, man, you're making death so much more meaningless, but at the same time, I want my bromance back because that's one of my personal favorite romances ever. And the fact that he was like, no, dude, Rip, you fucked up so much of your word. we're gonna make this shit happen. And I really enjoy that book. And I know Jurgens takes over after John's as like 12 or 13 issues, but I really enjoy that run of Booster Gold. I reread that recently. Been rereading the Zatanna from Paul Dini as well. I
That's some good stuff.
really enjoyed that. I love that. Angers me because the reason they ended it was because of the Screw 52.
Of course, they ruined everything.
Oh,
So Nick, you're telling me you haven't
good
read?
series. It was such a good.
Of course,
series.
it had to die. Nick, you saying you haven't read that series that Common picked up there, the one of those early ones?
Of the
JLA,
Justice League, I
Justice
have
International?
not. I have
Dude,
not. And I like.
That's where it all began. The Booster and Beetle story, amongst other things, all began. Plus, that has the classic number. There's a classic scene in the first issue.
Okay.
Where, well, it's not spoiler. It's a comic book classic. When Batman knocks out Guy Gardner with one punch.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's laughing. One punch.
800 times.
Yeah. And Black Canary comes. Oh, what? I missed it. Oh my God, I'm so depressed because everyone hated Guy Gardner and kicked his ass.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it made me think of in Green Lantern Rebirth when Hal Jordan knocked out Batman. I thought that was a homage to that in a weird way, except the reverse, because no one thought we'd be in the position where we saw Batman getting the other end of it from Hal Jordan, especially after Hal Jordan's rebirth and his redemption, which was the start of that, by the way.
Yeah,
it was in that Rebirth book where he stuck it to Batman because Batman was a skeptic, which obviously rightfully so. But then seeing Hal stuck it to him, and that was just like it lets you know Hal Jordan was back. Hal Jordan was back.
I loved it. That brought me back to DC after being gone for 12 years. Dude,
it's such a good book.
Things. Yeah.
Oh man, that's another. I want at the very minimum. I want to at least get going Rebirth. Maybe I'll try to get a hold of EVS, see if he'd like to talk about it. Because he did all 6 issues of that, and then if we go on to do other issues, we could do that on our own time. But at the very minimum, I'd love to hear his input on those issues because the fact that he got to be the guy that got it set up for Hal Jordan, bro, woo, yes, man, I'm getting pumped just thinking about it.
Yeah,
remember that was one of the first comic calls I actually ever brought to this show was his Rebirth stuff, was EVS's Rebirth stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's good stuff, man. Yeah, it's
cool.
No, dude. That's
I found those in the dollar bin too.
Now, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
This is gonna bring back to Rob Liefeld, but this is very interesting because I've been watching all the Miller Time episodes on Mark Miller's YouTube channel. I've been watching all of them, whether it's a guy I like or am not so fond of. I've been watching all of them just to hear the perspectives of what it's like in the industry. And the Rob Liefeld episode is interesting because Rob was talking about how his son was really invested in that Green Lantern run at that point in time. Like, he was invested. He said it brought his son to comics even. And he said then the movie came on 2011 and killed it. I was just like, wow. I was like, geez. Like, I can imagine, especially if that's like your first character and you're getting invested in. And he says, like, to this day, like, his son still goes back to it. He eventually caught up with the rest of it. But at the time, he felt so burnt from that movie that he dropped from it immediately. But he went back and caught back up about it. He goes back and reads that, and he's mainly a manga guy. But that Lantern book was his thing. And he still goes back to this very day and reads that. And apparently he loved the stuff that came out afterwards. But I thought that was a very notable thing from that Miller podcast, was hearing Liefeld talk about his son and how invested he got into comics, only to get crushed for a year or two from that movie.
The great king of comics himself, Jack Kirby, said, "Comics will break your heart, kid."
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I will say, hearing his story about the Image thing was from his side was cool because he talked about how they called up Jack's home and they talked to his wife, and they said, you have our blessing to get Image Comics going. because they like the idea of what him, Valentino, Silvestri, and all those guys were getting going with Image. The idea of where the creator is a priority. Now I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool to hear that they said they're like calling Sylvester was just like it was like getting a blessing from the Pope. I was like, that is the greatest analogy ever. It was cool to hear that. I was like, that's cool that they really like value that they thought they needed to go to Kirby, right before they were getting this all going. But hey, just we're gonna do this thing here. And I'm like, damn, that's cool that it's like it's almost like indirect permission from Dad. Hey, Dad, we're gonna do this thing here. Hopefully you like it. We're gonna do it anyways, but hopefully you like it.
The Image guys were really good to Jack and Ross.
Oh,
they were really good to him, all of them. And so I was always pleased with that.
Yeah, I've been between watching that, I rewatched the startup of the Image stuff as well because there's a few questionable things in there, but there's a lot of good knowledge to know about because there's a lot of bad things that happened, but there's obviously good, like many things in the last 30 years. Like obviously the speculators market is disastrous. But at the same time, it was cool to see that these guys were pushing back on the idea of, hey, we're creating these things. We should be treated better. So it's a very big, like, good, bad, you decide type of thing. Because there's good points, but I could see why, like, there's a lot of things that people were pushing back against because they did take advantage of the speculators market, like, in a half. And I'm sure, Club, you know all about that all too well, you and D-Bud, with that market, with especially stuff like the Youngblood and Savage Dragon being brand new. People thought they were going to put their kids through college, they thought. But they didn't realize. It was almost like the joke was on that because the whole gist of those comics being printed at the time was because a lot of copies weren't being printed. But they didn't know.
I print runs.
So basically what you are saying is he didn't send his kids to comics, but they learn a valuable lesson anyways.
No.
Could be. Oh dear, yes. Tell you about over ordering. I can tell you about over ordering for sure.
Oh, dude, tell us right now while we're here. It's an open episode. Tell us.
No, I'm saying in general. It was tough, back then you ordered a couple months in advance. How'd you know? You don't know what's going to get big. So you go heavy on issue 1 and people a lot of dealers had a tendency to go lighter on number 2 and 3, even though, by the time that order comes in, 1 might be huge. And you're like, everyone's going to want number 2. I'm in trouble. Can I get reorders of that? And they become, no, it's a hit now. So either that or you take a chance and order 3 months in advance, really heavy. And then you get stuck with basically something that's not returnable. You got to eat it. That's the comic business back then. And
this was Diamond, right?
Now, yeah. Oh, that was before Diamond even. Ooh. Diamond didn't come to like the mid. Even when Diamond came in, they didn't have a monopoly. They didn't really start getting a monopoly to the 90s. I dealt with Capital City Comics, a couple other ones, other distributors too. But Diamond started really getting big in the late 80s, early 90s. Oh, they were around before that, but they didn't get. It's funny how they got this big monopoly in the 90s and for so long. Now they don't even sell DC, right?
No, that's not. They don't.
I got a shop. One of my friends' shops.
Even Image backed out recently.
We only have 2 shops in town. One of them doesn't carry DC because they were time. They don't get any new DC crap.
The shop that I go to is one of the biggest ones in the entire state of Illinois, and like it's a shop that Alex Ross has been to on and off. And obviously, as I mentioned here on the show, Humberto Ramos donated a Nova piece of art to it for over $1,000. Gary Nerdrock donated $1,000 to the shop as well to keep in business. Cool. So this is obviously this is a 27 or 28 years shop going. And this is the shop that I will, if you're out there listening, dude, the fact that you pass up on TMNT #1 because, this won't amount to anything.
He's not the only one.
I know he's not the only one, but I'm like, dude, What were you thinking? Him and I talked about it over drinks.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
And that gave us the black and white glut of the mid and late
Yeah.
80s. You know how many black and white comics came out that were spoof comics? I mean, that comic was spoofing the biggest trends in comics. Let's see. Teenage, Teen Titans, X-Men. Mutants, X-Men. Ninjas, Daredevil. Turtles, funny animal comics. And then the rip-offs, dude. Adolescent radioactive black belt, hamsters, or was it geriatric gangrene jujitsu gerbils? I mean, I'm not kidding. They've got a lot of everybody jumped on the bandwagon.
The power pachyderms.
That black and white glut, man, dude. I remember for the longest time you couldn't go anywhere at a comic shop. Well,
there was one with sharks.
Black and white comics, boxes
Sharks.
and boxes and boxes of them. Which I have no problem with the black and white comic if it's good. I'm just saying. It just became a cheap way to. They figured, look, if the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can sell, and Cerebus can sell, so.
Okay, really quickly, chat. There's 16 of you, which holy crap, we still have the majority of people from when we had at the beginning. Thank you once again for being here, by the way, and sticking around. This is fucking crazy. If you can, please open a separate tab, whether it's your phone, your computer, whatever. Open up a separate tab. Go to my community section on my YouTube page. I opened up a poll, and I would value your input. I asked the question. I popped the question to all of you because I'm sure we'll eventually get to both of these down the line, but this is more of what do we talk about first? I asked you, which Mark Miller comic should we do a deep dive review / analysis on for an episode of the Comic Shop Talk? Huck or Starlight? I would really, really appreciate your vote. If you haven't read neither, just pick a blind vote. Pick a blind vote. I really, really would appreciate your vote.
Yeah. You didn't put it in the chat? Or?
I know. Well, you know what? I should.
You could, but as long as I can find that. D-Bud, I hear you, dude. And that's true. Diamond got a monopoly because Marvel was being stupid with Heroes World. Exactly. Jerks. And then we were at Capital City. We had a Capital City outlet down here. I like them better. Capital City, unfortunately, got swallowed up.
I appreciate you put both our excellent choices, but I need a vote.
Make them choose.
Pick one, damn it.
Pick your favorite child.
So yeah, I want the market to. I want to see where you guys are. Like I said, we'll probably get to both these in due time because Cass and I were talking a few months ago about doing some indie books. I feel like Mark Miller is a good gateway, but I want to see what can we do that's live to good first. And TZ, I see you say options too, but go to the community tab. I just posted right here. Go to the tab and go vote there, or just open up an extra tab. I want to see the. Oh, there we go. Now the votes are coming. There you go, my boys. You guys are getting it. All right. Oh God, we are at 6 votes. Thank you guys. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is what's important to me. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I love seeing this. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Keep it going, guys. And of course, we'll keep it up for a few days. So awesome. Yeah. The market will decide because I want to be about what are the people wanting to see. Now, until we figure out what people want to see over the next few days, Ironcaster.
Yes, sir.
You had talked about us covering Higher to the Empire.
Oh, yes.
When does that Ahsoka show come out? Because I would love for us to tie into that.
I believe it premieres at the end of August. Assuming Disney doesn't decide to pull a fast one on us and delay it.
I don't think they're gonna. Would they come out in a month?
Well, Disney has been doing things that I don't know if this is Disney or this is Sony, but there's seemingly a confirmation that Beyond the Spider-Verse is delayed.
Mm-hmm.
That actually bums me. Yeah, that bums. God damn it. The only thing that I actually like that they have been doing in the last 5 years with the only thing that I actually like that has Miles Morales as the main character, and it's like it's getting popular, kill it. Fuck. God damn.
So, okay, I just looked at it right now, Kessler. We could talk about. Do you think this would be 1 or 2 episodes? I'm down for both, by the way. If we had to do 2,
Which comic?
Heir to the Empire, Star Wars.
Yep. Yeah, I'll pull up the cover for the first
Oh,
one.
what's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? My guy, Jacob. Hello, sir. Nice to see ya. You give us a Ric Flair
Hey.
woo. Hi. All right. So, okay. Yeah, I would love to talk about this comic. So it's 6 issues. We could probably do a nice, solid 1 3-hour episode on this. In all realisticness, we could probably just pull off this in 1 episode. So let's just make a date for this. August 24th, Friday, August 24th. Hold
Or
up,
do you mean
hold
25th?
up.
Yeah. It will be way longer if we were going for the actual book, but yeah, the comic version is.
I'm trying to look here. Yeah, right. Five Pico's really excited. Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's good. See, I like to see people. See, I want people to be excited. I want them to be like, okay, I have to do it. Obviously, I'm at the edge where I want to talk about good Star Wars too. I want to talk about good Star Wars.
Do anyone know if Timothy Zahn got paid?
Or should we wait to the finale? That's the thing. That's where it gets tricky. Do you wait to the finale or do you wait to because I feel like the finale. See, that's where it gets really tough. So okay,
Nah,
we know
that Ahsoka series is over before beginning.
yeah.
First
wow.
episode.
Okay.
That's it.
No, you're right. But so I'm looking here. October 4th is when it concludes.
Let's get it done beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we at least have that under our belts.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be fun to compare and contrast too?
The thing is that they are supposed to be doing Vader's Gauntlet, not the Heir of Empire. They are supposed to be going to Heir of the Empire, but they are doing Vader's Gauntlet. So basically, it's people searching for something from Vader that will give them power. So they may be trying to justify why Kylo Ren had Vader's helmet or something like that. Some shit on that style, but let's be honest, without Han, Luke, and Leia, they can do Gauntlet, they can do Heir of the Empire, they can even go for some of the game stuff and go for Jedi Academy, and it's absolutely meaningless because even if Han, Luke, and Leia are not the main protagonist, they appear in the right moments in some of those tales and actually make things work. And they don't have them. Han, Luke, and Leia are gone, dead.
Okay, guys, we have a minor conflict of interest here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, good Star Wars, a conflict of.
Oh, I
right?
wish that was the conflict of interest.
Oh,
we
no.
have a bad conflict of interest.
I don't like the way.
I'm sorry, and I'm apologizing in advance for this. I already have something going on that Friday night.
Oops.
We could do the week before or the week after.
Yeah, let's go
I'm
for the 18th.
sorry. I am sorry for what
No,
it's
that's
worth.
life, man.
I am
That's
sorry.
life.
I'm saying
not that big a
haunt
deal,
that day, and
Gigi.
I've already set that up.
Haunt?
It's a metal band.
Nice.
Really great, by the way. Look up Haunt, guys. Golden Arm is their newest album. They're fucking
That's a good reason.
awesome.
Haunt. I like a good metal band.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. I saw them in Houston this year, and they absolutely fucking destroyed. They
always
absolutely,
want
like I said, the new song Golden Arm came on May. Oh, it rocks so hard. It's so
Dude.
catchy and so infectious.
Going for a good metal band, even if you get something really crazy happening, is absolutely worth it. I still remember once I got kicked in the ear on a mosh pit
Mhm.
on Tren
Wait a
Loco.
minute, what?
It's
Yeah, somebody jumped
it's
and
one of
kicked me
my
in the
last
ear.
shows I'm doing between then and May 2024. Um, after that, I'm gonna take probably a few years off from shows after that, after May 2024. So like this is Haunt is gonna be one of my last things.
I can dig
There's
anything
be
that starts off with a motorcycle revving its engine.
yeah, all right. Scheduling conflict. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Well, the interest is Haunt or the show, but the problem is I already have everything laid down for Haunt.
Yeah,
That's
no,
my
go see
issue.
Haunt.
It's
Yeah, no, you're
metal.
totally.
You have an obligation with
Chat,
metal.
what do you think? Chat, week before or week after? I want to know what people are feeling. Mm. This alcohol is really good, by the way.
I mean, we could. So the question.
Captain Headfun said
Jeff.
Slayer had the nastiest bathrooms I've ever seen. Backstage was pristine.
Oh,
Imagine my shock when I hear that. Of course, the Slayer bathrooms are nasty. It's Slayer fans and the bathroom. I'm not expecting nice bathrooms at a Slayer show. And take care, Nano Moss.
Dude,
Oh no, I had to rehear to the Empire and sequel. I know, right? This is the problems of my life. It is a good problem to have, by the way. This is a very good
oh,
problem.
it's a great problem to have.
Seriously, guys, look up Haunt, Golden Eye. I talked to their guitarist after I saw him in Houston in March when I had to take off all the comic shop shows because Hell's Heroes was, on the Friday night. I talked with him. He was such a good dude. And yeah, bought a shirt, CD. Dude, seriously, Haunt is great. If you're on Gilded, I'll pull some links for you guys. I'll do the work for you. But seriously, Haunt was sick. But anyways, guys, what do you think? Week before, week after?
I've got no problem doing the 18th.
Okay. I'm down. Do we have any objections?
No, because I want to read Earth to the Empire.
Okay. Well, guys, I don't hear anything from Klobby and Cat in common, so I'm gonna say August 18th. We're gonna talk some Star Wars up in this bitch.
Nice.
And good Star Wars up in the hey, chat, no objections. We're gonna talk some Star Wars up in this bitch.
Never heard of it.
It's a passing fad. It'll never catch on.
Oh, I love it. For the real episode 7. Well, there you go, dude. It's coming, man, and it's coming in like 3 weeks. So we got
You got to remember. You got to remember, like, this book is so beloved. This book series is so beloved that, like, Disney pulled Grand Admiral Thrawn back out of it for their stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
But I got hung.
In Ahsoka.
I got hung on something that you said before, because when they were doing Star Wars, they actually thought it was not going to catch on. So
Mhm.
basically, even the posters for the Chinese theater is Mark Hamill just on his street clothes, because they didn't even care about having a photo shoot or something for the posters.
Mhm.
And yeah, nobody believed in the movie. When they got a line for the tickets, they were like, fuck, maybe we should have something to sell here. And that's why George Lucas is so hung up on selling stuff. He was great at that, by the way. Toys,
Very great. Yeah.
toys were
Okay,
cute.
so what I'm looking at here. So August 18th, we will talk Higher to the Empire. 25th will be a rare bye week. And then September 1st, we will talk Huck or Starlight. Huck or Starlight. And as of now, we have 9 votes here. And Starlight is actually winning. at 67%.
Mhm.
So if you are in the chat and you've
Cool.
not voted, go vote and make it count. We're not going to do a 3 a.m. a ballot dump fortification, and I mean that. This is going to be the market wins by majority rules here in this decision. So
There'll be no
please,
fortification here.
no fortification, no 3 a.m. ballot dumps. No, guys, the vote's over. But wait. Oh, look at all those numbers that went up. Oh man, look at all those numbers that went up for Huck.
Is it 2
All of them
a.m.?
went up for Huck. It's 2 a.m. and I just saw some numbers go up for Huck.
I may or may not have told my entire channel to go vote Huck.
Oh, dude, I am monetized, Captain. Have fun. And speaking of monetization, I'm gonna start my memberships hopefully in the middle of August. I was hoping to do early August, but I had a slight setback. But I have everything set now with the names of the tiers. I know what I'm gonna give out for the highest tier, and I got names. I just gotta get the emoji set, and I want to make sure I actually get the stuff that I want to send out to people for whomever backs the highest tier. I'm not counting on many people backing the highest tier. Watch, I say that now. I'm jinxing myself. I'm not counting on many people backing this $10 tier. I'm not. I'm probably thinking maybe 5 people do it. If more do it, great. But I'm only getting like 50 like bottle openers, 100 stickers. I'm like, that seems realistic. Because maybe that might accumulate over time. And I'm not gonna, and as of now, I'm not selling this stuff online. This is you either get it through the membership exclusively, or if you find me at a meetup and I'll sell it to you. I'm going very exclusive on this merch. I want to really make the demand real for this. So you can either get it through the membership, or you come meet me at a meetup and I'll sell it to you then. No online sales. No online. So that's how that's going to work. So I just got some emojis. And once I get the stuff in, I don't want to set up and then wait for the merch. I want to have it here in my hands so I can ship it to you the next day. That's
Kids, you won't believe what you'll be finding his logo on. You're gonna want to buy Nick Weiser, the flamethrower.
Well, here's the thing. With not only for the $10 tier, you get the personalized thank you letter, you get the bottle opener, you get the stickers. You also get a random thing. It could be an issue of Nightclub. It could be a random issue of Nightclub. It could be, I don't know, it could be a random figure. It could be a random Blu-ray. It could be, I'm just saying that for the ones who back the $10 tier, I'm going to reward the fuck out of you. Because that's a lot of money to give to someone a month. It is. I'm going to make sure, though, you're hooked up fat because of that. So, and I'll figure out shirts down the line. I got to figure out how I want to do that. That's a whole other beast. But right now, I want to start small. Bottle openers and... Sorry, I had a
tissues?
sneeze.
Tissues. He's gonna do hankies.
Hankies and stickers. Just saying.
That's quite
All right,
Japanese.
hold on. I gotta get a refill.
You too
Oh,
can
boy.
clone your own Nick Weiser.
No! I didn't thought about
Oh
that.
my gosh, that's so wrong on so many levels.
Nah, but dude, it's great that Nick is getting all the little cool stuff because let's be honest, that's the kind of stuff that you have on display on your collection. I was in this really niche stuff and I have this bottle opener. Dude, that's cool. That's automatically cool. How many of those are out there? I don't care. This is mine. This
32.
is beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I keep
That's right,
saying Nick should have a pizzeria. It should be named the Nickzeria and have 32 toppings.
Yeah, but he can't cook a pizza. Remember? That's like the
You
only
eat
job
them
he
all.
ever got fired from.
You pay
Mhm.
people to do that. When you are the face of the business, you can pay somebody to fuck the meals of your customers instead of you.
Oh, so Nick's just the pretty face on the billboard, is what you're saying.
No, he's the genius behind the engine.
Oh, we're using them absolutely.
We're gonna use him. We're gonna abuse him, and then we'll toss him to the side when we're done. We'll treat him just like
Okay.
Hollywood. Oh wait, now he's back. Never mind. Shh, don't tell him
I'm
you said
back.
that.
Yeah.
Just
I had some
pretty
really
face.
good Pringles, by the way.
Some
Really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good.
What flavor?
Oh, it's this new version of ranch.
Okay.
Oh my
This
God.
is the
White
Harvest
people in
Blends
ranch.
Ranch. It says blended with multi-grains homestyle ranch. Highly recommend. Highly
Huh.
recommend. There's
White
a new
people in
cereal where they did the Little Debbie's rolls, the chocolate rolls. I saw cereal of that. I'm like, I have to get that cereal. So just saying, just saying,
But-
just saying.
Have you gotten the pineapple Pepsi yet?
Wait, whoa, whoa,
No.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Yes.
whoa, what?
I had the pineapple Mountain Dew. I didn't know they made a Pepsi one. The pineapple
Oh.
Mountain Dew is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know
But
about
why?
the pineapple Pepsi, Pablo?
No, I like pineapple, just not on things that sound crazy or Italian. So, oh, why? Just
It-
okay. Pepsi is acidic, I guess, but pineapple flavor
Just-
on Pepsi.
Just to show you the can, it
Just go with it. Shh.
smells and tastes like pineapple.
That's amazing.
Huh?
I actually recommend it.
That would go really well with my pineapple pizza, Nick.
Noob. 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 What I say about Italian so many things.
The Italian war crimes.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? American pizza is an Italian war crime. Like, Italians are like, what the hell is that? That's not what.
We took what was good and we looked at it. We said, but it can be better.
American
It can
pizza
be
is
better.
what happens when you have a bunch of Italians working on the steel industry and they don't have enough time to cook their meals. That's
And then they take
basically
the,
how-
and then we take the oil pans and then we go and we make Detroit style pizza.
Oh,
No,
I like
that's-
Detroit. Oh yeah.
That's the proper history of how the American pizza industry started. It was because people would take the pizzas from the bakery and heat them on the ovens on the steel foundries
Mhm,
because that was the only thing that they could take easily.
mhm.
Oh, so I have a story for you guys.
Share it.
So this past week, I had to go to the dentist, and I had to get a crown replaced. And the nice thing about my dentist is they have a TV on the ceiling, so while they're working on you, you can watch a movie. I'm going down the list, and it's like, oh, a bunch of kids movies, whatever. I get to the bottom. The only and it's like Batman and Robin.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good start. If only though it was Showdown in Little Tokyo.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
So
Somebody just had to mention it in the chat.
That is always hard to follow up that comic. Cause it's just like there's no
fucked me
matter
up.
how many streams that gets played on, it's like the thousand. But how do you follow up that comic?
By going, why, thank you.
So I'm laying back in the dentist chair, getting injected, getting that drill right in your mouth. You just kind of hear, and it's like I'm laying back watching this, and like this is somehow made the viewing experience of Batman and Robin better.
Well, drugs make that movie
Everything.
better a lot. I don't know if dentist drugs are the same in your
Look, look.
country.
Look, when you're laying back in the chair, I've got the lead apron still on, holding me down. I've got the dentist and the nurse on the sides. I'm watching Bane like being forced back into a chair. I'm like, I have never connected with Bane more than I do in this moment.
That's perfect.
Great.
Iron, have you seen an anime that is called Lucky Star?
Oh, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, there's an episode where they talk about dentist, and the whole thing is uh, at the end they resolve that basically dentists are the perfect characters for male romance, as the Japanese call it, because they have drills, they have sexy nurses, they have everything. It's just perfect. So yeah,
Oh, the Asians. We gotta love them.
The Asia. What's up,
Uh,
Wiley J Draws?
what's
How you
Lucas
doing, man?
What's up, Willie?
Nice avatar.
Right? That's dope.
So we have 11 votes. Starlight is at 64%, with Huck actually catching up by 6%. It was at 30, now it's at 36.
Sweet.
So
do it.
Do it.
So yeah, Heir to the Empire, followed by a Mark Miller book. Late August, early September, guys. We're gonna have some fucking serious fun doing some really different stuff on here. And I've never read Heir to the Empire, so this is me going full normie for this. Even though I know Star Wars, and I was a big fan of Shadows of the Empire on N64. Love that game.
Okay.
Dash Rendar was my guy for a long
Yep.
time. Ah, what a game! What a game!
What
Star
about
Wars games are good then, real good.
what about Kill Katan?
Who?
From the Jedi Knight games.
Okay.
Yeah, is
Was he
based.
also Dark Forces?
Yeah. He goes to the dark side, and is Luke Skywalker the one that brings him back to the light side?
Mm-hmm.
And he's an actually really cool character. Especially after the games, they had a couple of comics with him that were really really good.
Well,
Yeah, Chris
Kyle
Patan.
Katarn, I'm not familiar. I'll admit, I'm
Oh.
not. My knowledge is very minimal.
Kyle Katarn.
on
Okay,
the EU.
basically, he is one of the disciples from the new Jedi Academy, but he
Okay.
turns into the dark side. And he's redeemed by Luke Skywalker, and after that, he actually takes over as master on the Jedi Academy, and one of his disciples turns to the dark side. That's the arc on Jedi Academy. And at the end, you can take two paths. In one of the paths, you actually become again a Jedi. You return to the light side. In the other one, you fall completely to the dark side. Fight with Mark Aragnos and get the control from the full new Empire fleet. So basically, you become the new Emperor.
All right.
Kyle Katarn is also sort of a hybrid of both Han and Luke.
Yes.
So you sort of got both ends of the action hero there.
Okay. Well, I guess this will not be the last episode we do of Star Wars EU after Hire.
I mean, one of the nice things as well. There's like those classic games will go on sale like all the time on Steam or GOG or whichever sites have them on. So you can pick those games up for like maybe like $2-3 a piece,
Okay.
Yes.
and it's worth it for like an afternoon.
If perhaps you have a joystick around, just a normal ass old school joystick around that you never use,
Okay.
and you go to Good Old Games, you can
Okay.
get Pod Racing Episode 1. Pod Racing is the best game for a joystick. It actually makes sense. When you play with a joystick, that game is amazing. With a gamepad is not the same. With keyboard and mouse is not the same. With a joystick, you actually feel like you are racing in a pod race. It's really, really cool. and it still works. There's a patch that I think it was fan made, but makes it run on 4K.
Yeah, I was just hearing about that this week.
Israel. Oh, X-Wing is.
Yeah, X-Wing's a good guy.
You need to use your joystick more, man. Maybe some loop. Sorry. What? By the way, yeah, if you are using an old school Logitech joystick, you may actually need to lube it. That's a thing. That's a real thing.
Lube it good. Oh man. All right, guys. So we have 12 votes, and Huck is gaining steam. Remember when I said he was at 30% and then 36%? He's now 42%. 12 votes, and Starlight is at 58 with Huck at 42. I think this is going to come very close.
How long are we letting this go for?
A day, 2 days. But
Wait,
dude,
he's planning a campaign. He's planning a campaign.
Oh, 13. Ooh, Huck went back down 13 votes here, and Starlight's at 62. I think this is going to end up really close. It's almost like, man, it's going to be a matter of what do we do first now. It's becoming a battle of what do we do first. So, hey, that's a good problem to have. When it's close like that, that's good. It lets you know people really have voter intimidation. Am I doing suppression?
Weird. Putting shit out of
I
my.
can't believe it.
Cast your votes in, guys, on the community tab. It's what's
Place
going
your
on there.
vote now.
Yes, this is where
For
your
Huck.
vote.
Press 1.
This is where your vote actually matters. For Huck or Starlight from Mark Miller, and his artists Raphael Albuquerque and Goran Parlov. I think I said that right. I think. Sorry, Goran, if I said it wrong. I apologize. I think I said Raphael's name right. I think. But guys, yeah, vote early and all. Yeah, right. Or advanced voting. You could do ballot harvesting for this if you want. I don't know how you can make it work into online, but if you can feel like you're on ballot harvesting, I'm all in, man. I'm all in. But guys, this could be the point where we wrap it up, call it a night. But we now have things we're looking forward to. Star Wars, Mark Miller. Maybe shortly after that, we can entertain some Green Lantern or something. I don't know. Just I think Green Lantern Rebirth. I'll just an idea. I'm planting the seed. Let it blossom.
Oh, how about
I know.
we do after that? Maybe Brightest Day.
Oh man. Oh, we'd have way too much. I love, dude. That would take 9 episodes. We'd have to
Yeah,
maul
you
EFAP
know.
back.
Worth it.
I think that's not even a comic shop episode. That's an EFAP episode. That's an EFAP. Straight up. I mean, to be fair, the Green Lantern run is that, but it's just like I had to pick a small segment just to start off simple for the normies. Rebirth is a good gateway. Great story, great art, and it pays off with where it lands at the end of that first part of what gets things going. It's hard to. I'm saying things without saying things. I hate it. I hate vague speak, but I have to do it right here in case there's someone who's like looking and wants to know about good DC. And guys, that Green Lantern stuff is legendary DC. Legendary, straight up. Maybe I can bring Lord Thoth out of retirement for it. We'll see. Huh? Maybe I'll beg him. I will beg him. But dude, even if it's like a half hour.
I feel like I should reach out to Brightest Day and see if he wants to come talk Brightest Day.
Yeah. We can go big for that. Get Brightest Day, get Lord Thoth, get EVS. We could have the panel of a lifetime with that. With Rebirth. Seriously. I'd have to make sure I took off the next day of work in case the alcohol got really real on that show. Because seriously, we'd have way too much fun with that. Way too much fun. All right, guys. Chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. You guys, most of you have stuck around. That's fucking insane and awesome and crazy. But I thank you all for doing that. Seriously, I love hanging out with all of you Friday nights. This is always amazing to do. And we have stuff to look forward to we'll set up a day 2 for Green Lantern Rebirth. We got Star Wars Higher to the Empire. We got Mark Miller. Vote for a Mark Miller story. Shit's going to be great the next several weeks. Cass and I are going to talk Conan the Barbarian. Look for that soon as well. On my channel, I've been posting videos. I'll have another video out Sunday or Monday as well on something going on with the Invincible comic.
Wait, it was Common Nerd, the one that was doing laundry.
Oh, yeah. And yes, support Jason Sandberg with Jupiter. Support Gabe Al-Taib with what he's doing with his new Dean Cain, American Lawman book. I gotta get hold of Gabe and try to get him back on. The future of the comic shop show looks beautiful. I'm ecstatic about it. So, and Toxic Tuesday, for all those who are in the know, comes back August 8th. We are talking Hard Target, John Claude Van Damme, August 8th. Until then, keep an eye and ear out for videos, because at least 2 or 3 videos will come up from now until then when Toxic Tuesday comes back. And of course, you can find me at Midnight's Edge After Dark and Comic Division, Monday Night Meltdown, Thursday Night Throwdown. And I have a few guest appearances coming up. I can't say just yet on a lot of smaller channels to help boost up their profiles. So it's going to be fun. Until then, guys, let's let these guys plug in their stuff. We'll start off with my guy, Ironcaster, who I will be doing a Conan the Barbarian review with in a few days.
Why, hello, folks. It's Ironcaster, and this has been real. This has been fun, and this has been real fun.
That's an honor, Oakley. That comment. That's an honor, man. Seriously, like, yeah, we'll get a hold of Brightest Day. We'll get a hold of LT. Let's see if we can get something big for Green Lantern. If we can do it, we'll make it for the week after the Mark Miller episode. But Caster, sorry, it was an interruption. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. We gotta keep going with the chat, and we gotta show our respect to the chat.
Oh, what's up, Gwen? How you doing?
Up there.
Nice to see ya. No, she's a cool lady. Really, really cool lady.
So, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing tomorrow, but I might be over with be doing my normal Saturday thing with T-shirt historian for the Week in Geek, where we will no doubt be talking about whatever Wizards of the Coast has done this week, because they sure love to do it. Of course, tomorrow night is also the Cotton Council, where our fine felt folks are going to be busy chatting it up. You know, we got our little buddies. Yeah. And yeah, he'll be with Pops and Stone Loki on Tuesday for Talk Hard, where they're going to be talking about the movie The Crow. They got delayed. Look, what are you looking at me for?
Wow, that thing is aggressive.
You look at them. Tell them. I don't know. He's a bit of a jerk sometimes. Well, you made me this way.
I learned it from you.
Caster, thank you. Caster, thank you for your time, your thumbnails, your greatness. I can't wait to review Conan with you on Wednesday night. We'll be in touch as it gets closer. Love what you're doing on the Cotton Connection. Sir, you have a great weekend. I have a feeling, something tells me, maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like this Conan video is going to be the first of many videos between you and I. That's going to have us talking about what's good to come.
So much good to come. And
Sir,
you, sir, enjoy those books.
Oh, we'll be talking next week. Trust me. Next Friday night, I will have One Piece done. I know that's a tall order at 500 pages, but watch me. Watch
And, I
me.
mean, also that's going to be basically that's gonna be a good portion of the first season of the Netflix series. So you can have some reference for that.
Well, if I watch that show, I know what to go off of.
Right.
But
Well,
man,
I figure with like some of the other streams you're on, Netflix
Yeah.
stuff comes up.
oh
You'll
yeah,
have
that's true. You're right. Good point. Look at you looking out for a brother like that. I appreciate that shit, dude. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Pablo, plug in the plug.
Hey, so I have barely slept. I have done a lot of paperwork. So at this point, I'm like high, but without the good stuff. So what can I say? Tomorrow, Message Español, we are doing some crazy stuff because Diego is out for the week. So
Mhm.
basically, I'm free to do whatever I want. It's gonna be fun. Sorry, Diego. You will have to put the fires out next week, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be really fun. Also, I'm working on a project. I don't know if I can even talk about it out, but there's a video coming from Edge that I know a lot of people that will love it because it's freaking awesome. So yeah, there's a big video coming to Message, and it's gonna be huge.
Huge.
Also,
Uh,
prepare your pyramids.
oh.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know, man. Final week before going to court and seeing what's going on with my kid. So maybe he will go to Canada without me being able to do anything, or maybe he will go to Canada with my blessing. Either way, court is a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree there. Trust me. I know. I live in Crook County. I
Yeah.
know.
And well, everything is set for my mom's surgery.
Oh
So
yes.
Woohoo!
infection is almost gone, and the doctors say that next week we can basically pick a date.
Oh,
So
fan
Hell yeah.
There we go.
fucking tastic.
yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
everything is moving in the right direction there. So one of two, that's just way better than I was hoping for. So I'm really happy for that. Uh, dude,
Also, Pablo,
mhm.
happy belated birthday.
Happy delay the
Happy
birthday
belated
to
birthday,
you.
Oh, happy
Pablo.
birthday, buddy!
Yeah,
Woo!
I didn't know that. Wow.
yeah, the 25th, Ironcaster and me share the same birthday.
Mhm.
Oh, wow!
Nice.
Happy birthday to both of you.
Belated
Wow.
birthday, boys.
Yeah.
Damn.
The
Yeah,
birthday boys. The
at the
birthday
beginning I was
boys.
planning on trying something like a birthday stream or something, but uh, to be honest, that was a day that I preferred just to play Pokemon and forget about a lot of stuff. And somehow people came to visit and I got two cakes and it was craziness. It was an interesting day. Um, so yeah, thank you very much to everyone. Thank you very much for just, dude, we have had a great talk about comics, and that is more energizing than any beverage that you can buy in a store. So, dudes, I'm almost without that sensation that I want to collapse because of sleepiness. Almost there. I just needed something like uh, more Star Wars comics. So we will deal with that really, really soon. Nick, everybody, you know, this is the place where I come to unwind, to relax, and you guys are awesome because I have this place to just enjoy life. So thank you very much, and let's keep going.
Oh, we will, sir. And it will be huge.
Huge.
You have a fantastic weekend. I will see you next week. And until then, keep it magical. The Common Nerd, sir. Plug in all those videos every damn day. I am proud of you, my friend. No, seriously, I love seeing that you're doing that. I'm like, I need to get to a point in my life where I can post as frequently as you. I don't like, I'm happy when I see you do what you do. Like, it doesn't bug me. I'm like, I'm inspired because I'm like, I need to get to that point. So, like, I'm so inspired by that idea. Like, I'm currently looking to my job situation and to how do I get to a point where I can do that? No bullshit. I'm like, I want to figure out what do I need to get to that point where I can post that frequently. So I'm currently in that process in my personal life, so I can try to make this work. Plug
Hell yeah,
your channel, sir.
That's awesome to hear, Nick. That's what I'm trying to do too. So come subscribe to my channel. I'm 13 subscribers away from 3,500. So yeah, I'll be at the Corpus Christi Comic Con tomorrow. So keep an eye out for random live streams from me tomorrow. Hopefully find some more goodies out there. Sunday we've got the Bible study. That might get pushed back a little later than 2 p.m. this week because of the con. And then Monday through Friday, I do an 11 a.m. Central Standard Time morning prep stream. And then Wednesday night, we do our Winding Down Wednesdays, where we'll have another independent comic book creator on Wednesday night. We will be having, oh, hold on, give me a second, and I'll tell you right now who we're going to have on. Because it's somebody we've had on before. We're going to have Dave on from Rebel Comics. Which if you go, yeah, if you've seen any of his art on Twitter, you'll be very excited. We're also going to have his cosplayer on. She actually did one of his covers and did a very good representation of his main protagonist, who is a ginger, by the way. So we are promoting redheads as well. So that he'll be on next week. So yeah, come check out the channel. I put out videos all the time talking about pop culture stuff. Sometimes it's the things I'm happy about. More often than not, this day and age, it's the stuff I'm angry about. But there's still some good stuff going out there. I dropped a video today over some cool stuff happening with Full Moon Productions. If anybody ever watched the Puppet Master series of movies, the kind of B-rate, those kind of classic stuff. Full Moon just hooked up a new deal. They're going international with a whole bunch of their stuff, so hopefully that'll get them kind of flush with cash and be able to do some more cool things. So yeah, come check it out. Thank you all out there in the chat. You guys have been amazing. You guys had some incredible comments tonight. I love all you guys' advice because I am the majority of the time the virgin around here to the majority of these comics. So I'm the fresh pair of eyes, so I'm excited to go into this. And I love Star Wars, so I can't wait to get into some of this. And thank you, Nick, for bringing me on here, because this has been a hell of a learning experience and a hell of a journey getting to see all these comics and read these stories for the first time. I love it. Thank you, Gwen. Appreciate it.
No, Common, love having you on, sir. We're gonna have a blast next several weeks between a few more Open Geek episodes, Mark Miller comics, Star Wars comics. This is gonna be a gravy train. And you know what? We're going to have to get a lot of potatoes for this one, my friend. It's going to be huge. Have a great weekend, sir. Huge. And to my great friend, Mr. Clobbering Times himself, who will obviously have the bestest of shows, even though he's talking Star Trek Voyager. It's still going to be huge. Talk about everything good, Clobby.
Oh, well, tomorrow night, the same Trek time, same Clobby channel. It'll be Saturday night Star Trek. My wonderful first officer, Raquel, and I, on our ongoing mission to review all of real Star Trek 66 through 05. We just started. We're in the first season just started on Star Trek Voyager. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, obviously, because we've done all the series in order. And so we just started with Star Trek Voyager, 4 more episodes tomorrow night, early in first season. So a long way to go on that. Should be hanging out with the great Mark D with a C on this channel for the Sunday Night Geekery tomorrow night. Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. For that, my good buddy J-Man and I were reviewing all of the Legion of Superheroes chronically in order from the Silver Age on Monday nights on his channel at 6 p.m. Central. And then on Monday night, Mark C Comics Talk, 9 p.m. Central on my channel. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing yet, but I do know that starting next week, of course, it's August. And August is always Jack Kirby month on Clobbering Times. So I'm going to, other than my Trek shows, of course, wall-to-wall celebration of the king of comics, the greatest creative force of the 20th century, the Jack King Kirby. So it's going to be wall-to-wall Kirby nonstop through the month of August. And a lot of comics talk, of course. We'll still do our Star Trek stuff. We'll still do our clubhouses and things like that. But yeah, a lot of different, a lot of Kirby content, just as it was last year and every year in August on Clobburn Time. So thanks for having me, buddy. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, my good friends, on Friday Night Comic Shop Talk, and extraordinary people in the chat. Thank you for being here so much, and have a wonderful remainder of your evening, and have a great weekend.
Oh, Clobby, you as well, sir. Go kill it on Saturday Night Trek. Give Raquel my great, kind regards. And, sir, I will see you many times in the next several weeks between this show, Midnight's Edge.
Yeah,
I gotta get you back on Toxic Tuesday. By the way,
it'll happen.
I'll throw some episodes at you, and I already have the list set up until 100. You tell me which one sounds good. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you.
All right. And until then, sir, I'll see you in a few days.
See you in a few days, brother. Yeah. You got it.
All right, guys. One last time, go to my community tabs if you haven't. Mark Miller, which book, Huck or Starlight? It'll be the August 30. No, sorry, the September 1st episode of the Comic Shop. So it's a little over a month.
Plenty of time.
A little over a month. Go put your vote in, Starlight or Huck. And 2 weeks before that, we're talking Star Wars EU with Higher to the Empire. The actual story, not the revisionist history. The actual story. Yeah.
Well, my brother from that.
Until then, guys, look forward to Star Wars in several weeks and some Mark Miller story. Go cast your vote in on the community tab. We are going to play some clips going good night, okay?
That time, I heard you